Thank you.
Oh, hello. What are you doing down here, lady?
Oh, well, she brought the post down.
I see. Those letters are an excuse for coming down here, you know.
Ah, yes.
Well, you can have your medicine while you're here. Keep it off the bedclothes in hotels, won't it, love?
Everyone here for Uncle Albert.
Now then, no messing. That's a good girl.
Good girl. Oh, well, never mind. It's good for you. I'll take that round to Emily's later. That is, if she's not been instructed to bar the door at my approach.
Yeah. Now, listen, darling, you nip upstairs and then we'll wash that old calamine lotion off, shall we?
Right, bye, love.
Hey, has anybody said anything to Emily about paying her?
You mean board and lodging for Uncle Albert?
Mm.
Well, I don't know if she'd take it.
Well, I know I would. And I mean, we can only offer, can't we?
I'll tell you what, I'll wait and see how long he stays there first, and then I'll have a word with her, okay?
Yeah, all right. I mean, you know what looking after Uncle Albert's like. You don't want to be out of pocket as well as being turned into a nervous wreck, do you?
No.
The newspaper's arrived.
Put it down there, I'll look at it. Is this all you usually have?
I'm afraid so, yes.
Oh.
Is your breakfast all right?
I could have done with a pot of mustard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know that's something I never use?
Well, never mind, I'll make do.
You will let me know, won't you, if there's anything else that isn't as you used to?
Yeah. Oh, you know that tea you brought me this morning?
Yes.
I wanted sugar.
I put 3 teaspoons full in.
Was he flat or was he heaped?
I'll remember tomorrow.
Oh, I like 2 pillows.
2 pillows.
Yeah. Now, don't worry, love. You'll get to know me before long.
She's not expecting him to look as if he stepped out of a shop window, you know.
Don't be daft, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, she's coming for him at 12 o'clock.
So?
And you want to plonk him in a chair and put a dust cover over him.
So I don't want her turning up, finding him helping you down at the yard up to his elbows in muck.
He's coming.
What an impression.
Is that your lot, then?
Yeah, I didn't have to do big clothes on that.
Oh, leave him, love. I'll see to him.
Right then, son. Let's see, your mum's coming for you at dinner time, isn't she?
Yeah.
So it's up to you, then. I mean, you can either come down to the yard this morning, there's a few little jobs down there, or else you can stop here and help her peel the spuds or something.
Down the yard, yeah, great.
Great.
Well, put like that, that's not much of a choice, is it?
Is there something wrong?
No.
Well, you can't go in that new shirt, John. I mean, be reasonable, then. Look at the way you're dressed and look at him.
Well, the stuff's all packed.
I've got an old overall down at the yard he can put on.
Oh, well, I can imagine the state of that and all.
I'll see you dinner time then, eh?
There's not wrong, is there?
No, nothing that you can do out about. Ta-ra, love.
Hurrah.
Morning.
How do?
Give us a packet of those little cigars, will you? No, I'll tell you what, on second thoughts, give us 2. Same we come in tomorrow then, won't it?
That's 184 then.
There you go.
You don't want 7 barm cakes, do you, and 2 custard tarts?
No, not really. What is it, some sort of free gift or something?
Yeah, it's for that workshop of yours. Only take a jiffy.
Go on then. I'm not proud. Anything to keep the workers happy.
Keep them working, more like.
Not the problem these days. The problem is finding them the work to do.
Bad, is it?
Not if you're a magician. Otherwise, yeah, it's murder.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, if things don't improve, I'm going to sell up and open a nice little shop like that.
Morning.
Hello, Hilda.
On second thoughts, I won't bother.
Mr. Baldwin.
All right.
Yes, thank you. Do you mind if I push in just to leave me order line?
Be my guest.
They are. I'll collect it dinner time. And you won't mind if I settle up the end of the week, will you?
Now, Hilda.
Well, it's not as though we're strangers, is it?
Oh, come on, Hilda. You know I can't do that.
Oh, I see. Like that, is it?
Look, it's nothing personal. It's just, if I give credit to one...
Never mind that I've been bringing my customer here for the past 17 years, eh? Oh, never mind that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right, well, that supermarket will be seeing a bit more of me in future.
Well, you won't get much there on credit.
Well, I can't get less than I get here, can I? Oh, yeah, hang on a minute.
What?
How much do you owe Stanley for cleaning your windows?
Well, look, 2 or 3 quid. Look, he's very welcome to it when he comes to collect it.
Never mind him coming to collect it. You just make my order up. And what it comes to, knock it off what you owe Stan, all right?
Oh, fair enough.
Right, we'll say no more about it.
You want to have a word with my accountant, Hilda? Teach him a thing or 2.
Well, you have it to do, haven't you?
Oh, you have.
I mean, they'll have your last halfpenny if you don't keep your wits about you.
They will.
Oh,
Yeah, 7 barm cakes. And 2 custard tarts.
Cheers.
£2.40.
£2.40?
just caught me on my way out, actually.
Oh, well, I promise I won't keep you.
No.
I don't want him in here.
Well, your lodger sounds in good form.
Oh, yes.
I got a letter for you, Uncle Albert.
Oh, well, never mind. I don't want you in here.
I'm sure there's no risk if I give it to you and Ken will stay in the hall.
All right, go on then.
It's like the village of Iam, isn't it?
Oh, the one that had the Black Death.
Yeah.
And sacrificed itself to stop the plague spreading.
Yeah, except in this case, it's Uncle Albert sacrificing everybody else to stop it spreading to him.
Anyway, I think it's doing me good having somebody to look after. I was going to ask you, actually, Ken, if you knew of a job or anything going across at the community centre. Something that might suit me, I mean.
Well...
Emily!
Yes!
It's numbered something daft from the allotment society. Give it back to him. Tell him to shove it on top of that chest of drawers next to my bed.
I will.
Just the drawers next to the bed. No, as you were saying, there's only one thing I can think of. It's not really a job.
Well, anything, really.
It's just that they're very keen to get someone in the flat over there, you know, sort of be responsible for the premises in the evening. I mean, at least you'd be in the right place if a vacancy occurred.
Well, yes, I'll certainly think about it, thank you.
Good, and kick him out if he's any bother.
Oh, I will, don't you worry.
Bye, Uncle Albert!
Hello!
Bye. Now, I really am going out this time. Are you sure there's nothing you want me to get you?
Well, no I can think of.
Right, then.
Mind you, don't go buying any mustard. Not on my account.
Oh, come in, Mrs. Spencer. Sit yourself down.
Thank you. I'm a bit soon, I know.
No, it gives me a chance to meet you. John's with Len, my husband. They won't be long. Would you like a cup of tea? I know I fancy one.
Well, thanks all the same, but I'm still having to be ever so careful about me fluids.
Oh, forgetting. How are you after your
I'm
operation?
better than I was.
Good.
But that's hardly surprising, is it, considering what I've had cut out of me?
No. Well, we've enjoyed having him, we really have.
Glad to hear it.
He's been no trouble. I mean, ever so grateful for anything you do for him.
Him and his rabbit. I said, they won't want you taking that. He said, well, I'm not going then, so what can you do?
Well, he's done all looking after
Well, he
it.
would. Thinks more of that rabbit than he does his own mother. Got any of your own?
Any?
Children of your own?
No, we haven't.
Glad to get back to the peace and quiet then, weren't you?
And a small jar of mustard.
English.
Yes.
How much did I say that was? That was £2. That's £3.48 altogether, then.
I believe they're looking for somebody for the community centre flat.
Well, it's been empty long enough, hasn't it?
No, I was talking to Ken about it. About whether I might take it, to tell you the truth.
What, you move into the centre flat?
Well, it's just an idea.
Well, what would you do with your own house?
Well, I haven't really thought about it.
You could always rent it. That's if you didn't fancy selling it.
Yes, I suppose I could. Anyway, we'll see. Hello, Hilda.
Hello. Hey, is Emily moving then?
Well, it looks like it, huh?
And is the centre flat going again?
It would appear so.
Will there still be the caretaker's job going with it, or what?
Look, I don't know all the ins and outs of it. Honestly, Hilda. Look, do you want your order, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Nearly forgot what I'd come for.
Oh, this'll be them.
There he is. Hello, Mum. Come on then, give us a kiss.
Len, this is Mrs. Spencer.
Yes, I thought it would be.
This is my husband, Len.
Yeah, we said hello in the hospital, if you remember.
Yeah, we did.
I've got the van out there. I'll give you a lift back if you like.
Oh, that is kind of you, thanks.
Well, he's worked like a little Trojan, this fella, this morning. I think he deserves a lift.
Your wife was saying.
We managed to clean him up a bit. We had to rub him down with emery paper, didn't we?
Practically. Don't know how you do it. At home, he won't stir for out, bar fishing and the telly.
Yeah, well, we got a bit of fishing in as well.
Well then, you ready for off? Yeah, my bag's here.
What about something to eat before you go?
Well, I've told Mrs. Spencer they're more than welcome. but-
No, we'd best be off. We'll be all right, thanks all the same. I'd best get yours. Right.
You might as well leave him here. I fancy a bit of rabbit pie for me tea.
You would have known, wouldn't you?
Well, thanks for everything.
He was no bother at all, was he, love?
None.
I mean, it was a pleasure having him, believe me. Are you sure you won't stay and have a bit of dinner before you go? I mean, he must be famished. I know I am.
We'll get by on a bar of chocolate and a packet of crisps or something. He's done that often enough before.
Can you manage that?
When's it coming tonight?
Oh, I know, but he's put on weight since then, hasn't he?
Right then.
Well, it's been lovely having you, John. Call and see us again sometime, won't you?
Yeah, I will.
And look after your mother, won't you? She's just come out of hospital, you know. They need a bit of taking care of.
Okay.
Well, ta-ra then.
Ta-ra.
Thanks, Rita.
Come on.
You could have brought him back mucked up to thigh-ball. She'd never have noticed. Well,
I'll see you in 10 minutes, eh?
You see, all I'm saying is, if Ken comes in, keep him out of here.
I will, Albert. I'll tell you what, before I'd let him in there, I'd throw my own body across his path. Hey, you. Well, you knew what you were doing when you told Albert about shingles, didn't you?
Oh, we should never open my mouth.
He'll be wanting me to install a sheep dip at Snug Door next.
I don't know whether it's an old wives' tale or what it is.
Can you manage without me for a couple of minutes, Betty?
Yeah.
I want to try and cheer Albert up a bit.
Go on, then.
Oh, give us a touch, will you, friend?
Large one, mate.
Yeah, why not? Your mate's all deserted, you know.
Are you referring to my fellow machinist?
Yeah, Vera and the gang.
Yeah, gone to the Flying Horse. I told him I was too old to change my habits.
Yeah, I bet you did.
There you go, 90p.
Right then, now, do you think you can have another drink without going back and stitching your fingers together?
Well, I'll risk it, seeing as it's you.
What, you having else? Half a lager?
No, he's buying. I'll have a gin and tonic.
Hello, love.
Look, I can't stop. Madge is off with you-know-what again, so we're all having a shorter dinner hour. I've been told to give you that.
Mate, what is it? Electric bill, what's this for?
It's my dad's. It came this morning, but he reckons half of it's ours because we're stopping there.
You must be joking.
I'm not.
There's no chance. This is for 46 quid. We're not paying half of that. We've only been there 5 minutes.
Well, that's what he says.
Well, he's got no chance. Anyway, you can tell him that we won't be stopping there very long.
Why, where are we going?
Well, I'm not sure yet.
Oh, Fred, we're not starting all that again.
Wait.
What?
I've got this other place in mind.
Where?
Well, you know that flat above Alf Roberts' shop? You know, the one where Deirdre used to live with a little bairn of hers?
Do you think he might let us have it?
Well, he's our mate, he was our best man. I'll go round when we shut shop and have a word with him. I'll see what he says.
It's all right by me. I'll see you later.
OK.
Hey, is nobody serving this end?
I'm here, Albert. Same again, is it, love?
Hey,
What's up?
have you seen your face?
No, I'm not one given to looking in mirrors. Why?
Oh, get away from here. Don't come near me.
Betty? Is there something wrong with the way I look?
Oh, you're a daft devil, you are.
Don't say it's something my best friends won't even tell me about.
Take the notice, Albert. It's lipstick, is that?
Oh, now, what did you want to go and tell him for?
What, an heart attack? We'll over them for manslaughter with her larking about.
Well, of all the dirty, lousy tricks.
Yeah, good though, weren't it?
Hello.
Hello, Lord.
Hello.
Yeah. Time for a cup of tea, haven't you?
If it's a quick one.
I'll have a word with the kettle.
Right. Oh, I'll get it.
Now, don't scratch, darling.
Oh, hello, Hilda.
Hello, Kenneth. Could I have a word?
Yeah, come in. Come through.
Ah, how is she now then, poor little mite?
Oh, it's been very good, hasn't you?
Hello, Hilda.
Hello, love. No, what it were, Kenneth? Well, I did hear that the centre flat might be going again.
Well, yes. Yes, it is.
And will it be a resident caretaker like?
Oh, no. No, there may be one or two caretaking duties, but it won't amount to a full-time post, no.
Oh, still even part-time. I mean, me and Stanley were interested before, if you remember, so, well, we'd like to get us names down if there was outgoing, like.
Yeah, well, look, to be perfectly honest with you, Hilda, I think you'd be completely wasting your time even applying for the job. I do, really.
Oh, why's that then?
Well, it's not just a question of qualifications exactly, but the sort of person in that flat will have to deal with people, make arrangements, you know, even stand in for me when I'm away, so I think the sort of person that they'll be looking for...
You mean it wouldn't just be cleaning?
Oh, no, more being responsible for the premises.
Oh. And you don't think...
I don't think it would suit you, Hilda, really.
Oh, well, nothing venture, nothing gained, eh?
No.
Right, say that then.
Fine.
Say that, Chuck.
Something the matter?
I thought you were supposed to be good at handling people.
What?
Well, you dealt with Elder just then.
Well, I only said...
It wasn't what you said, love. It was the way you said it.
How do you mean?
Well, you virtually implied that you wouldn't want Stan and Hilda anywhere near your precious community centre because they weren't good enough for it.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, love, but you made it that obvious. It was embarrassing to listen to.
Ah, Alfie, what's the man I want?
Why, what have I done now?
Now, it's what you've got to do that matters.
Oh?
Well, look, Alf, you know that flat you've got above here, is it still empty, is it?
Yeah.
Only, I've got somebody for it for you.
Oh, who?
Me and Eunice.
Ah,
No,
well,
what I thought, Alf, you see, is that, well, we're all mates, aren't we? I mean, we can all muck in together, and if it ever gets, well, busy down here, there's always Eunice to call on, isn't there?
yeah, it'd be very small, though, that room, you know, for two of you.
Oh, give over, Alf, compared with where we are. It'll be like a football pitch.
Oh.
Anyway, what I thought, Alf, was that, give us the word, say OK, and we can be in by this time tomorrow. You'll wonder how you ever lived without us, mate.
Likely. Listen, I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be saying this, you know, I mean, I'm letting myself down, but we are mates, aren't we? And I'd hate you to lose a good opportunity.
All right. Yeah.
Well, I've heard that Emily Bishop is thinking of moving into the flat at the community centre. And if she does, she'll be renting a house.
Really?
Well, you'd be a lot better renting a house off her than that scratty little room of mine upstairs, wouldn't you?
Hey, you're not wrong there, Alf. I wonder if she's got anybody else in mind.
Well, nobody else knows about it.
You know what you've done, Alf? You've just talked yourself out of two good lodgers, you have, mate.
Me and my big mouth.
I'll see you.
I bet it's the only time he's had 2 decent meals a day while he's been here.
He'll survive, don't you worry.
Bar of chocolate, packet of crisps.
Aren't you forgetting something?
What?
That was his mam. She had him 13 years longer than we did.
Doesn't mean she can look after him any better than we could.
And he was looking forward to going back to her.
Oh?
He said so in the yard this morning. He was looking forward to going home. But that doesn't mean he was unhappy here.
No, of course.
So stop feeling sorry for yourself and tell yourself how well we did for a change.
Do you reckon we did?
A young lad. He wanted a good home for a few weeks. And we gave him one. Right?
Yeah.
Well, that can't be bad, can it?
No.
You're not interrupting your tea or anything, though.
Well, there's nothing that won't wait. Come in.
Oh, thank you.
I've got Mr. Tatlock here while Tracy gets over her chicken pox.
Hello.
How do?
Albert, no, what it
Would
was,
you
Emily,
like
is...
to sit down?
Oh, thank you.
well, as I say, Emily, what it was, I was talking to Alf round at the shop earlier, you know, and he was saying that, well, that you might be leaving this place, you know.
Oh.
Oh, are you not?
I certainly haven't decided anything.
Oh.
There's a possibility, I suppose.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Emily, if you did, would you be, would you be wanting to rent it, like, you know?
Yes.
Well, you see, that's the reason we're here, Emily, because a place like this would suit us down to the ground, wouldn't it, love?
Oh, yes, it would.
And what we were wanting, see, was to be, in front, like, in front of the queue, you know what I mean?
Well, you're certainly that. I mean, it was only this morning that Ken Barlow told me they were wanting somebody for the centre flat.
It's amazing how news travels, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Oh, aye, they'll be very keen to get somebody in there, you know.
Why do you say that?
Well, in a place like that, sitting duck for vandalism, innit?
You mean if it was standing empty for a long time and started to look shabby?
Oh, yeah, aye.
It'll be frightening, Emily, if you're not careful.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, I didn't mean that. It's a grand spot, is that, from what I've been told.
So have you thought when you might be moving, exactly?
Was desperate, Dan, then? Well, said he was slipping out with Eunice to somewhere or other. I don't know.
No, I asked first, so I'm getting them.
Oh, all right, then. Well, I'll have a half, thank you.
All right, half, please, and a gin and tonic.
Right. And may I just say, you make a lovely couple.
Thank you.
It's just the poor wife and that child I feel sorry for.
You never told me you were married.
I never do tell you, Elsie, till it's too late.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, leaving me now for another woman, are you? Betty, I brought these empties back. Yeah. And can I have 3 light ales to take out, please?
Right, oh, my love.
Hilda,
Hello, love.
I think I owe you an apology.
Oh?
When I saw you this afternoon about the centre flat, well, I believe I might have suggested that you were unsuitable. That was wrong of me, and I'm very sorry.
Oh. Oh, well, no harm done, eh?
All I should have said was it isn't really a caretaking job, which it isn't. But if you want that flat, don't let anything I've said put you off applying.
Ah. Well, it's very nice of you to say that, Kenneth. Very nice indeed.
Right. 3 light ales, love. Start up. Oh, you'll have to take these 2 back because I don't know where you got them from, but you didn't get them from me, lovey.
Oh, well, you want... They are, is that right?
That's right. Thanks, love. Try it.
It is, isn't it?
Thank you.
Hello, Hilda.
All that talk about vandalism, it's the wonder you didn't put her off the whole idea.
Well, I didn't, did I?
Only because I stopped you from putting your foot in it even further.
What have you been looking at today, Freddie? Manchester Town Hall?
Not quite.
Just keep your nose out, Lynch. We might be just surprising you.
You're always surprising me, Freddie.
What is it, Chucky? Have you struck lucky?
Well, nothing definite, but fingers crossed we might have a place of our own before very long.
You wouldn't get me living in yon flat.
Well, I'm not sure yet that you're going to get me.
Living in a grand house like this.
I must say, I do have the feeling of being pushed into something before I've had time to think about it.
What were he saying? She tried to stop him, I know, but you heard what he was saying, didn't you?
About vandalism.
Yeah, he's right and all, you know.
You think that that's why they want somebody in the flat?
I'm positive. There's going to be no picnic living there.
Oh, dear.
Bricks coming through your windows.
Oh, I do wish now that I hadn't let them think I might be moving.
Daubing all over your walls.
Oh, I must have been crazy. I should have said from the start.
And I'll tell you something else. If you get them two in your house, you'll have the devil of a job to get rid of them.
Where on earth is he?
Don't ask me.
It's all my own fault, of course. I've been far too tolerant with him. I should never have agreed to let him live off the premises.
Sorry I'm late, Mrs. Walker.
This really is not good enough, Fred. Bet and I have been struggling here on our own, haven't we?
Yes, I have.
Now, before you start in the cellar, put that down.
Mr. and Mrs. What's all this in aid of, then?
It's all part of the brewery's campaign to subtly promote the idea that the public house is a place for husbands and wives together.
Huh, if that were true, barmaids would have less bother.
Why, Newton and Ridley's. I mean, they couldn't sort out a decent Mr. and Mrs. team if they tried. They can't even sort out a decent Mr. and Mrs. team to run one of their own pubs.
Oh, well, you're prejudiced, Fred.
I should think I am prejudiced, Mrs. Walker, the way they've treated me and Eunice. I'm entitled to be.
Be that as it may, Mr. Cresswell of the brewery does know something about brewery competitions.
Well, if you ask me.
All I am asking you, Fred, is kindly to make a belated start on the day's work.
Yes, Mrs. Walker.
3 man's poor, Mrs. Walker.
Hey, are you going cleaning any windows today, or what?
It's raining. I can't clean windows in rain.
Is it the water you're afraid of, or the work?
I'm working hard, trying to spot where this football goes on this photo.
Phew, I'm beginning to think that's where you ought to be, in a flipping photo.
Right, well, that's another hard day behind me on the bins.
Flipping short day.
Early start, early finish, Hilda.
Ah, but it's all right for them as can finish. Woman's work's never done.
Well, here, to cheer you up, a couple of gas bin liners for you.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll try not to let this wonderful good fortune change my way of life.
If I worked down a diamond mine, I'd bring home diamonds. As it is, I'm a dustbin man, so I bring home bin liners.
Stanley, sun's coming out. Time you joined it.
I heard the weather forecast. Sudden showers.
You mean you're not doing your window round at all today, then?
No, I'm not.
Oh, right-o. That suits me very nicely. You can carry the rest of the washing to the laundrette and put it through for me while I do the shopping. And then you can carry it home. And then if you're still at a loose end, I'll let you have a go at the ironing.
Come in, Emily. I'll put the kettle on.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you're not going to tell me that Uncle Albert has finally gone too far.
No, I can cope with him.
You know, I really think it practically qualifies you for sainthood. I really do. He's difficult enough under his own roof. Getting on for impossible under somebody else's.
Oh, he's hardly in the house, actually, just to eat and sleep. How's Tracy, by the way?
Oh, she's coming on fine, fine. The spots have gone from her face now, just mainly on her back. Not that it worries her. She's full of the joys. Right now, she's out in the yard with her mum, helping to peg some washing out.
Ken, I'd better come straight to the point. About the community centre flat.
Yes?
I'm not interested anymore. I thought I'd better tell you right away.
See?
I gather from Mr. Tatlock that the community centre has been a target for hooliganism and vandalism from time to time. I certainly don't want to be subjected to that.
Oh, it's Uncle Albert who put you off.
No, it's not just that. It's really that as soon as I mentioned that I was thinking about a move, well, suddenly people began to pressure me. I get the feeling of people trying to take advantage, push me into things for their benefit, not mine.
Well, I certainly wasn't trying to push you, Emily. When you mentioned some sort of community work, I thought that, well, moving into the flat there could be the start of an answer for you.
Oh, I don't mean you, Ken. Please don't think that. You're never pushy. But some people are.
Guess who?
Oh.
That?
Give us a few minutes to finish this job off and then we'll go and have a bit of dinner, eh?
Have you spoken to Emily Bishop today?
Well, should I done?
Well, it's no good letting her go cold on the idea, is it?
Well, hang about, Eunice. Now, hang about. Look, we don't want to appear too anxious, do we?
We don't want you to think we're not keen. It could be the answer to all our problems, could this?
I know, it's nice and handy for the pub and all, isn't it?
I don't think she's in. Hey, Freddie, look, we could make this really cosy.
Oh, hello, Emily.
Oh, hello, we were just talking about you.
About the house and that, you know.
Well, as a matter of fact, I was going to seek you out, so it's just as well I've seen you. I've thought the matter over very carefully and decided that I shan't be moving. What?
You're not moving?
No, I shall be staying put. Dare say you'll be very disappointed, but my mind is very firmly made up. So there it is.
But couldn't we just...
I knew you'd make a mess of it.
Me?
It's what you said to her last night. I mean, you barge in there, you don't stop to think what you say, you get people's backs up.
It's not me, Eunice, it's you peering through the window like that. I mean, women don't like that sort of thing, you know.
Don't kid yourself, you know anything about women. Well, I'm sick of it. It's one letdown after another. First of all, the pub we didn't get.
Oh, well, that went out to do with me,
And
wasn't
I'm
it?
sick of you throwing that in my face all the time.
Look, we can't stand on the street arguing like this. Come on, let's go in for a drink.
Oh, I couldn't. I'm too upset. I'm going back to work. At least I know where I stand there.
Hell's bells and flooding buckets of pitch.
Hello, Fred.
Alf, I need help, mate.
Well, what's up?
Well, it's this flaming Emily Bishop, isn't it? First of all, she says she's going to move out and rent her place to me and Eunice. Next minute, she says, get knotted, she's not moving.
Well, it must be a bit of a letdown
A
for you.
letdown? It's a letdown to my marriage, mate. So much of a letdown as a big nail in a bike tyre.
Yeah, Paul, but look, a couple of years from now, you look at all this, you'll laugh.
I've got to find somewhere else to live, Alf. I have, honestly. Look, that's why I'm here, mate. Look, what about this flat of yours? What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, we're back on that, are we?
Well, look, I mean, since Deirdre and Ken got wed, it's been empty, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, there is a problem, you see.
Look, if it's the money, Alf, it doesn't matter. We'll pay the full whack, honestly we will.
Oh, I know that, I know.
And, well, we'll be model tenants, Alf. You won't even know we're there, mate.
Yeah, I know, yeah, but it's a staffing consideration. Yeah, what I mean is, if I've got to set somebody else, because I've not got Deirdre full-time now yet.
Ah, well, the Eunice, you see, that's it. You see, I mean, you are talking about evenings, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I'll have to think about it, Fred.
I hope you will, Alf. I'm getting desperate, mate, I am.
Oh,
I'll just
so that's where you are.
just pop round to see Alf, Mrs. Walker.
Yes. Well, I came out of the Rovers, and there was your bucket, and there was your wash leather. No sign of you. It was quite a mystery. Quite a little Mary Celeste case.
Oh, well, I'll get right back. I'm relying on you, Alf.
I'll come quite straight with you. I'm seeking a small favour. Now, the brewery, in their wisdom, have landed me with a little problem. They're running a contest in their public houses, a sort of quiz for married couples, and naturally I'm anxious that the Rovers should make a very good showing.
Yeah, it's not really my line, is it?
No, Alf. Not as a contestant, no. As compere. I instantly thought of you.
Yeah, look, before you go any further, Annie, the answer must be no. It's got to be. To be quite honest with you, I'm mithered enough as it is.
Hey, listen, madam. If you hadn't caught a dose of chicken pox, you'd be having your first sample of school dinners today, wouldn't you?
One of the great milestones of life.
There you go, sweetheart.
I
Don't worry, you will, my love, just as soon as we get the all clear from the doctor. Rotten luck, though, wasn't it, her missing the first day?
Yeah, she'll only miss a week at the most.
Yeah, I know, but the first one, all the other kids just starting. Don't want her to feel out of it when all the others are used to it.
Oh, she won't. Kids are very adaptable, you know. Well, this one is, certainly.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. There we are, madam. How's that? I reckon you've got more beans than spots now.
There we are, Albert. Pick the bums out of that lot. Do you know I love a game of drums?
But I don't get much fun out of it. Not unless I'm playing a good player.
But you're looking at one, aren't you? 2 years, junior champion, Walton. And I've got the money to put where my mouth is. Mind you, I don't like taking money off an old age pensioner.
Well, you won't get any money out of me. Not unless you come behind me on a dark night.
But if you do want to make it a bit interesting, like...
Aye, yeah. Well, go on. Get your money out.
Right, then.
That's the lager and lime and half a bitter.
Ta, love.
Hey, are you two going in for our Mr. and Mrs. contest?
What's that, love?
Well, it's the brainwave of this pal of Mrs. Walker's at the brewery. They have this contest in all the pubs, and whoever wins the grand final gets this posh holiday.
But what do you have to do?
Well, it's like they have on telly, you know. You have to answer questions about Bert, and Bert has to answer questions about you.
Oh, no, I don't know about that.
Oh, go on, it's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Aye, who for, though? Them that's watching.
Anyway, she doesn't know anything about me. She only thinks she does. I mean, she doesn't know yet that before I met her, married her, I kept another home going. Oh, yeah. And the real Mrs. Tilsley, I mean, the legal one, lives in Hardman Street.
You mean you've been doing an arm swing?
Yes, it was me that gave him the idea.
Hey, you daft devil.
What's up? It's only a joke.
So lucky talking like that.
Back in the old routine, eh?
What do you mean?
Well, look at us. Back to our chief hobby and recreation.
What's the matter with it?
Nothing. As back street pubs go, it's wonderful. Oh, I'm sorry, Len. I'm in a bit of a mood. I was just thinking about young John.
Hey, he's all right. He's back with his mother now. There's no point in worrying about him.
I'm not. Well, not much. No, I was just thinking about the fun we had while we had him and the outings we went on.
Well, you and me can have outings, the pair of us, eh? Just say the word, eh?
We had some good times with him, didn't we?
Aye, we had some problems and all. But I know what you mean. He livened us up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, I'm knocking, aren't I?
Yeah. Can you go or not?
I'm knocking.
Oh. Right, that's it.
Oh, I'm getting some right rotten dominoes, I am.
Well, give him a good shuffling and get your money out. Oh.
I'll serve Mr. Baldwin, dear. Good morning.
Morning. Large Scotch, please.
Large Scotch, please. I wonder if I might broach a small matter.
Fire away.
Well, it's this Mr. and Mrs. contest the brewery are holding. It's not really my kind of thing at all, but our managing director, Mr. Cresswell, you may have heard me speak of him, a very good friend, he's very keen.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we shall be holding around here, of course, and I need a compere. Someone of quick wit, personality, someone of standing in the community, and my first thought was you.
Sorry.
I'm sure you'd be excellent.
I'm sure you're right, but I haven't got time for that sort of thing. I'm more worried where the next day's work's coming from these days. Now, there's the sort of bloke you want to ask. Why don't you ask him? Well, did I say something?
Oh, give us a pint, will you bet?
Hang about. I'll serve Alf. Pull him a pint, love. This is on me, Alf.
No, you're all right, Fred. I've only got time for the one.
I told you this is on me. Have as many as you like. What with me and you, just living across that landing from you, eh?
Hey, look, I've not had time to think about it yet, Fred.
Another thing and all, Alf, you won't be lonely. I know what loneliness is like, mate. I've had some.
Anyway, cheers, Fred.
Cheers.
Oh, I just want a word with Len.
What's up with you? You look like a fugitive from a chain gang.
I am, mate. The names are Fred and Eunice.
That's on me, Alf. Salt to the earth, that fella. Cheers, mate.
Oh, come along, gentlemen, please. It's after time now.
You've only got one left, haven't you?
That's right. Can you go or not?
Oh, I can go. I can go. I can go both ends, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
I'm just studying. Right. I reckon this is the one that's going to stump you, Albert. There.
Now, that's just the domino I wanted. Game.
Oh, flaming heck. Oh, you must have x-ray eyes or something. Listen, give him a shuffle, I'll get the drinks in.
Come on, lads, let's be having it. It's after time. Get your punk mate and off it.
Come on, Albert.
You know, I've enjoyed playing with you.
Yeah. Well, I want a chance to get me money back, so we'll go to your place. Oh, we can't, can we? You're at Emily's. What about Emily?
No, she don't know we're gambling. She thinks it's low-cunted people trying to take stupid people's money off them.
Yeah, but it's just getting interesting. We'll have to go somewhere.
Ah.
Eddie could have done it, you know. Compared your contest.
Oh, bet without a doubt it'd have been extremely vulgar. Can't have anyone low or coarse in charge.
Well, I reckon it was your last chance. So in that case, I'll have to do it.
You dear?
Well, there's nobody else. Unless you do it yourself.
Oh, no. Well, if you think you can, and I dare say you can.
No danger. And don't you worry, Mrs. Walker, about it being coarse or vulgar, because I shall personally see that there's none of that. Come on, lads. Sup or pop it. Sup with you, Norman. Bum stuck to chair or what? Out!
What do you do, mister?
Oh, can you read it?
Carrots, boiled ham, juicy pears.
Very good. Oh. Hello, Ken. Oh, hey! Just the fellow I want to see. Oh, yes? Yeah, I believe Emily Bishop's gone off the idea of moving to the centre flat.
That's right.
So that means the committee will be looking for another tenant cum caretaker. Well, let me put a name to you. Fred G. Now, before you say no, just consider.
Hang on. I'm not saying no. I've got nothing against Fred.
Well, he'd be very good, you know. It's just the type you need for a caretaker.
Well, if you put him up for the committee, I certainly won't go against him. Is that what you wanted?
In a nutshell. Thanks, Ken.
Pleasure.
Hey, you little monkey! Get out of it!
Hey, it's quite a good game, this, isn't it? More skill to it than what you'd think. Oh, my sheriff plays a lot of dominoes, doesn't he?
Bridge, Hilda. It's bridge what he plays.
Oh, I thought it were dominoes. Still, it's all much of a muchness, isn't it?
Stop haggling, will you? I'm trying to think.
Thank you. That'll be the day.
Don't let him rattle you, Stan. Just look at the doms and think what's gone down before.
Look, try to stop coaching him.
Look, just relax, Stan, and enjoy yourself. It's only a game.
A very expensive game.
Whose fault's that, then?
It's not my fault. You put the 3-3
Oh,
down.
look, will you stop mathering and let's get playing? Now, come on, whose go is it?
Yours.
Eh? Oh.
No, just think what you're doing. We don't want to be at 6s and 7s.
Ah. Well, now, let's see.
Stop giving her in.
You shut up. How much are we winning up to now, then, partner?
Oh, plenty. And we win a lot more if you play the right dominoes. A lot more than ever we've made before.
Ah. Well, then. How's that?
Good domino.
Careful, Stan. Careful.
Oh, don't be so serious. It's only a game.
Yeah, but it's a serious game, isn't it? I mean, I know a bloke who lost his missus playing dominoes.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. But he had no money, you see, so he bet his wife, and he lost her. Mind you, he was cheating.
Come on, you're holding the game up.
I'm studying.
Yeah, and you need to and all. Because if you play the wrong domino, I'm out.
Careful, Stan, careful. A lot of money on this.
Shut up.
Ha Game.
Ah, well done, partner. Come on, get your money out.
You pillock.
Is that it?
Yes, I think so.
That's £4.15 then, please, look.
Right.
Hey, I'll tell you what, your order's gone down since that lad you were fostering went home.
He liked his grub.
Do me a favour, will you?
What?
Foster 6 more like him. Business is bad. No, seriously though, shall you be fostering again?
Well, we'll have to see, won't we?
I don't care if he is your father. He's not going to talk to me like that.
Look, he only gets naughty when he's back.
Hello, Rachel. Bye, Cal. Something's got to give. If we don't find somewhere else to live, I'll be up for murder, I will.
But it's you're provoking. You see, the trouble is, two fellas in one small place.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been saying about the flat upstairs. I mean, it's only like a bed-sitting room.
Look, I don't care, Alf. We're desperate. Look, mate to mate, how are you fixed? Come on.
Well, I've got a better idea. Now, there is a flat. It's a council flat. It's in good order, modernised, good size. And it's dead handy for you in your work and everything, Fred.
Go away.
It's the flat over at the community centre.
Hey, we'd never get that, would we?
I thought that went with the caretaker's job, Alf.
Well, it's only part-time, innit? I mean, you could manage that between... Well, I reckon you could.
I don't know, Alf. It's all getting complicated, this.
Oh, give over, Fred. You can't beat a job with the council, can you, Alf, whether it's part-time or what? Yeah, well, I could always give up my job at the dry cleaners if necessary.
Suppose so.
Never. There's no suppose about it. We'll take it, Alf.
Nay, hang on. I've got to do this officially, you see. But I reckon if I play my cards right down at the town hall, I can get it for you.
Oh, thanks, Alf. We'd be very grateful.
Well, it's the least I can do for a mate.
I say, if you don't swing it with the council, there's always your place to fall back on, Alf. Got old Alf.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Tatlock. I was getting quite worried.
Oh, well, you don't notice time passing when you're busy.
Your tea's been ready for 2 hours. I shall have to warm it up. Made a potato pie.
Oh, I've had me tea. I was round at the Ogdens. Beans on toast it were, that were all. But she called it tea.
Well, I wish you'd let me know. If there's one thing I hate to see, it's food going to waste.
Oh, well, it won't go to waste. I'll have it for my supper.
Are you going out again?
Aye. I'm going down to Legion. They've got a new fruit machine there. And there's a lot of money gone to it in this past week. So I think I'll have a go while my luck's running. Oh, and a bit of red pickled cabbage would be very nice with that potato pie.
I'll have a large pot.
What, you celebrating? Have you come into money or something?
Aye, mine and Eddie Yates.
Yeah, cleaned him out at Domino's, me and Albert Tatlock. Yeah, have one yourself and all.
Oh, thanks, I will.
It's me who should be thanked. It's my money she's spending.
Ah, well, you know what they say, a fool and his money.
Well, cheers, Hilda. Is that it then?
Till my next large port, yeah.
What about me? I've no cash.
Well, you shouldn't come into public houses if you've got no money. Isn't there a law against that? Oh, go on, I'm too soft, mate. Give him half.
Half?
Yeah, and make it last, because you're not getting no more off me.
When I was in Corner Shop earlier, Alf wanted to know if we were doing any more fostering. Well, I didn't know what to answer him, so I said no.
Well, don't worry about it. He's not going to lie awake at night wondering about it, is he?
Are we, though?
What?
Going to be fostering again.
For heaven's sake, will you give it a rest? You're like a Chinese water torture. Drip, drip, drip.
Only because it's like getting blood out of a stone trying to get an answer out of you.
Money. That's what I've been talking about, Ivy. Money.
And if you're trying to tell me you won't be paying a wage increase, I'm telling you them girls won't stand for it. And I know that for a fact.
And I know something else for a fact. We are living from hand to mouth, and we have been doing for some time. Lots of little firms like mine have already gone down the drain.
Oh, we're doing all right.
I tell you, I can see as far ahead as a week next Thursday. One order at a time we've been getting, and we've been lucky. But when that luck runs out, we'll be talking about 3-day week, layoffs, and maybe even worse. And I'm not telling you this to frighten the girls out of a wage demand, because, well, I want you to keep it to yourself.
Well, what can we do about it? I mean, what can I do about it?
Not a lot. Try praying. You're into that sort of thing, aren't you? But remember what I said. Not a word to anyone. Good night.
Right. Strictly entre nous, as the French have it. These rural promotions are usually far more trouble than they're worth. Mr. Cresswell sets great store by them, I'm not convinced. Take this Mr. and Mrs. contest.
Oh, yes, I saw the poster.
Now, if you were still unmarried, of course I would have asked you to compare the whole proceedings. But as you're a married man again, I do so hope that you and Deirdre will take part as contestants.
Oh, I don't think so, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, but Kenneth, you know how I rely on you.
Yes, but these things just have a lot of fun with newlyweds, don't they? Now, I'm fairly thick-skinned, so it doesn't bother me, but I'm certainly not going to put Deirdre through all that. I'm sure it'll go very well without us, Mrs. Walker. Good night.
Hello. Hello, my little wage earner. How about getting your idle fancy man a drink?
No, let's go on, Bert.
Well, so I've just come in, haven't I? Come on, I want a drink, love.
Oh, all right. Don't keep going on about it, then.
Huh? Dear, this Mr. and Mrs. contest, how many couples have entered so far?
You mean exactly?
Yes, dear.
None up to now.
Right from the start, I had a foreboding about this business. It is going to be a total disaster. The reputation of the Rovers' Return will be ruined, and I shall be the laughing stock of the Lady Victuals Association.
No, it'll be all right, Mrs. Walker. Don't worry. There's 3 couples here we can bank on for a start. Isn't that right, lads and lasses? Huh? You're going to show them this pub's got what it takes. You're all going to be adverts for happy marriage.
You must be joking, love.
Give it a rest.
I'm fed up with hearing about that flaming contest.
I wish she'd stop pestering about it.
Happy marriage? There's no such flaming thing.
Hey, Al. Is your face hurting?
Oh, why?
It's killing me.
Haha.
Hey, that was a good one. I must try that on Stan.
Well, you've got to try and raise the odd smile as you go down one of life's back entries, haven't you, Hilda?
Oh, yeah. Else where would we be? The likes of us?
Where indeed, Cock?
We'd be working for the council, Fred. Well, I would. It'd be a job for life.
I haven't given up hope of getting a pub of my own yet, you know.
Oh, and a modern flat to go with it. Well, we'd be fools not to accept fools.
We can move into Al's flat tomorrow, can't we? At little expense, it's part furnished. I mean, sorting that centre out will take some doing, and there's no saying we'll get it either.
We will get it, Freddie, because I say we will. Hello, Bert.
Eunice? Do I sniff gun smoke in the air, or do my ears deceive me?
She's got a mind set on that council flat over there, hasn't she, at the centre. It's all right, if we get in there, it's curtains to me getting a pub of my own, innit? I'll be Annie Walker's dog's body forever, I will.
I can see it's no use, then.
What's that?
Asking you to be in my Mr. and Mrs. contest. I mean, if you're hardly speaking to each other, you're not likely to be speaking with one voice, are you?
Well, that many as does, is there?
No, I wouldn't trust Stan to know what my name were, let alone intimated details about us life together. Oh, folk would think we were strangers. They would, honest. Complete strangers. Do you know, there's times when I could be stone dead, and he wouldn't know not till the wreath started coming in. Oh, me and Stan in a Mr. and Mrs. contest, you must be joking. Hello, love. Hey, fellas, eh? Might as well be Space Invaders, mightn't they?
Yes, it is.
I was wondering if I could see across there today.
Oh, I don't know about today.
Well, I'm that excited, I've hardly thought of anything else. Oh, and there is another reason why I'd like to get things moving.
Oh?
Well, it's Fred. He's that sick of living with me dad. I'm waiting for him to pack his bags and, well, move in here with you. He's always saying you're his best mate.
Does he?
Well, you were our best man, weren't you?
Oh, aye.
Well.
Well, look, I'll have a word with Ken and see if he can spare you half an hour later on.
Oh, thanks, Al. You're lovely. Later on.
Ta-ra.
All right, I'll not tie you down to an exact time. Let's say between 1 and past. Will you be in for your lunch sometime during then?
I might be.
Good.
Then again, I might not.
Between 1 and 2 then?
Well, the same thing applies. I might come in or I might not.
Mr. Tatlock, it doesn't really matter to me whether you come in for your lunch or not.
No, but it matters to me. Because if I don't come in, I won't get my dinner, will I? And that's what we're talking about, by the way, dinner. Lunch is a snack you have between breakfast and your dinner. Well, around here it is any road. Seems to me that every meal in London's a snack because that's all there's to eat down there.
Yes, Mr. Tatlock. So, we'll say you'll be in to eat sometime during the period loosely referred to as lunch. Dinner time.
Well, I've got a very busy morning this morning.
Haven't we all?
Oh, and I'd like a nice lamb chop with some roast potatoes.
Yes, Mr. Tatlock.
But not in the jacket.
No, Mr. Tatlock.
No, peeled.
Yes, Mr. Tatlock.
Right. Well,
Got you.
you want something out of my way? I don't want to infect you.
No. Good news. Trace is better. Hardly a spot to be seen.
Ah, well, you know, them germs are very clever. They lurk under your fingernails, on the soles of your shoes. They're very heartier germs.
She really is Betty, you know. He could come home this morning if he wants.
No, he can't. He's got plenty on this morning.
He seems to be enjoying his Romany existence, doesn't he?
Mr. Tatlock has this amazing facility for adapting. No, that's not quite right. He doesn't adapt himself. He gets everybody else to adapt to him. You know, I rather think that that's how he won the First World War. The Germans just got dispirited with him telling them that he had plenty on and they'd have to wait till tomorrow to have the battle.
I take it you won't mind giving him the elbow, then? Emily?
I hope that that silence was sufficiently expressive.
Definitely.
One more milestone. What do you do with them all, dear? That's a bit cruel, Mrs. Walker. How old is she tomorrow, Nellie Harvey?
60.
Really? She's wearing well for a landlady. No, what I mean is, it can be a very aging job, can't it?
I'll put a stamp on this and perhaps you'll post it for me.
Certainly, Mrs. Walker. Is there? Well, have you changed your mind then?
No, and I'm not going to do neither. Ah, no, me and Stan have been figures of fun in this street long enough, without going out of his way to do it deliberate. Oh, look, I'll tell you the sort of savvy Stan's got when it comes to domestic matters. Now, you remember that censor form, where they wanted to know how many indoor toilets you got? Stan put down we had 2.
You haven't got 2, though.
No, but we've got an outside closet, haven't we? But Stan thought as long as it didn't mean you were sitting out in the middle of the backyard, then it were indoor.
Well, I do see your problem, Hilda. But couldn't you coach him? Coach him into giving you the proper answers?
Huh? How?
Well, they have this book, you see, that gives you all the questions you're likely to get asked.
Do you mean Stan would have to learn the answers off by heart?
Yeah.
Well, he can't even remember his collar size, and he's had the same size neck since he were 20.
Yeah, well, it's a good prize, Hilda. It's not rubbish.
Well, hey, I could coach him like you learn your tables. You know, keep on repeating them.
By rote?
No, just be shouting at him.
Yeah, whatever you think's best, Hilda. Can I sign you up, then?
Yeah, go on, all right. Hey, where do we get the book?
Oh, don't worry, I'll get you one today.
Oh, right. Oh, suppose we won, eh? Oh, be one in the eye for a few folk round here, wouldn't it? Me and Stan, the ideal couple. Which I suppose we are, in a way.
My first recruit.
The only way the Ogdens could win, by being the only recruits. There's the card.
So if you could show 'em round, you know, put 'em wise, well, I can't think of a better man for the job.
Yes, I suppose I could spare a few minutes at dinner time.
Oh, great. Well, say, what, 12:30?
Yeah.
Right, I'll tell 'em.
Are you sure that they're suited to a caretaking job, either of them?
Well, I don't think Eunice is frightened of work. And Fred would be ideal for the job, wouldn't he? I mean, for keeping good order and that. Be like having King Kong on tap. I mean, he'd take care of your lives, no danger.
Yes, there is that, but
What?
I can't help feeling...
What?
There's something in it for you. It's just a feeling I've got.
I hope you're not suggesting you think they're slipping me something.
No, don't be silly, of course I'm not. No, it's just that you seem to be pushing it a bit, you know, applying pressure. I often get this feeling with counsellors. I think you can actually put your finger on, but it's there. As if you're being manipulated.
Could I manipulate you, Ken? Could anybody?
Well, none of us like to think we can be manipulated, Al. But most of us are, sometime or another. Bye.
Ta-ra. Oh, and thanks.
Oh, usual hive of activity, I see. Another first for Britain this morning, eh, lads?
Yeah, I was going to put the dinner on, but I couldn't find a clean pan for the beans.
Don't suppose it occurred to you to wash one up?
Oh, no.
No. Stanley, do you want baked beans for your dinner? Just watch this. Hey, I've put us names down for this Mr. and Mrs. thing at the Rovers.
Are you drunk or what?
Oh, you can't speak then. You're not just one of them rubber imitations of a human being, what they blow up.
If you're not drunk, you're balmy.
No, I'm not balmy neither. I've put us names down and we're doing it.
You can't. I'm not. Ilse, far be it from me to knock the simple pleasures of the working classes, but, aren't you going to be on at Hydington Upton with Jumbo Day? I heard that.
Look, I'm getting this book off Bet Lynch with all the questions in. So we can practice, can't we, till we're word perfect. Like we're singing the same song.
Yeah. Only trouble is Stanley's tone deaf.
Well, we can try. I mean, what's the opposition going to be like? Not many couples round here are exactly Charlie and Di, are they?
Oh, that's definitely true.
And here, you can help and all by coaching him.
Well, he's not exactly a ideal material, is he? Oh, go on then.
You'll see. We'll give him a run for their money.
Nice to see you've not been struck down, Mr. Settler.
And I won't be neither.
Well, your self-imposed quarantine is nearly over now, isn't it?
I'm the best judge of that.
Mrs. Walker?
Yes, sir.
I wonder if I could just pop out for half an hour.
In the middle of the lunchtime opening?
Well, we've got a chance to see the community centre flat. Ken Barlow's over there waiting for us now.
No, we're not particularly busy. What have we had been?
Well, it's just been sprung on me, Mrs. Walker.
Sprung on you? By Mrs. G? Really? Telling me next she can do the hop, skip and jump.
You look very pleased.
Well, what do you expect?
It's very important to us, this, Fred. It's the first bit of luck we've had since we were married.
I'll grant you.
Charming. Hey, do I owe Fred G money or what? Give us half a bit, would you please, love?
I don't know why.
Well, he's just ignored me at the door, you know what I mean?
Fred's under a lot of wife pressure at the moment, Bert. which I'm sure is something you know nothing about. Having such a loving, harmonious, some might even say spiritual relationship with Ivy. Half a bit of it, and it's on me.
Tar, do you want to borrow some money or what?
She's after mugs for this, isn't she?
Oh, I see.
And the answer's still no.
Yeah, definitely no.
I see. So what I've just said about you two having a happy marriage, that's all a load of codswallop?
No, it's not a load of codswallop.
No, it's not codswallop. It's not perfect, you know. I mean, we have our odd differences.
Bert?
Sorry, my sweet.
So don't you feel that you should show other folk that a happy marriage is still possible? That two people can live as one, sharing the same thoughts, sharing the same experiences?
You should be selling legs to a centipede lady.
And you can shut up. Apart from aught else, I mean, it's a bit of fun, it's a lark. Couldn't we all do with a bit of fun in our dull little lives now and again?
Oh, go on then.
Yeah, all right.
You see, your names are as good as on that cup already. Unless, of course, that other well-known Darby and Joan couple, Mr. and Mrs. Leonard Fairclough, would care to put in a challenge.
I was wondering when you won't get round to me.
Unless, of course, they're scared of revealing there's just the tiniest crack in their togetherness.
Tell you what, Len will be in 5 minutes. You think of a question for him, and if he can answer it, we'll sign on the dotted line. If not, no dice.
All right. But what's the question? I was going to buy a boot today, but I've not had a chance. Any ideas, Ivy?
Oh, don't look at me. I don't watch a lot of television. Well, perhaps on wildlife programme, you know.
Hey, how about what side of the bed does Rita sleep on?
Oh, comic. You definitely wouldn't know the answer to that.
Says you.
I know. What colour is Rita's toothbrush?
Oh, that's a bit hard. I'm not even sure what colour my own is.
Well, Ivy's is red, isn't it, my sweet?
It's green.
Green.
No, I think that's a good question. I mean, it's easy talking enough, doesn't it?
Unless, of course, he sees a lot of others as well.
There is that, of course.
Forty p, Mrs. Tillotson. Hey, how's your Bob these days?
Oh, he's back inside.
Oh dear, I didn't know.
He broke into this dirty bookshop, and he was still sitting there reading when the owner turned up next morning. He's never grown up as Bob, you know. Never grown up.
Did you,
Hi.
Oh, Alice, it's just what we want. It's the answer to our prayers, isn't it, Freddie?
Well, I don't know. I reckon we'd be better in here in Al's place. It's a lot cosier. I mean, over there, we'll be rattling around like peas in a blinking drum.
Well, we'll be living in the flat, not in the centre. Tell him, Al.
Of course you will. You'll be living in the flat.
It's very private, is that flat?
Very public premises, though, innit?
Take no notice, Alf. The question is, can we have it?
Well, it's not Al's jurisdiction, is it? I mean, is it, Alf? He's got to wait for the full council.
Yeah, well, I'll see what I can do, like.
Yeah, that's very kind.
Well, I don't know. I reckon I've got enough responsibility at the Rovers without taking more responsibility over there.
Listen, you're just the type of chap they need over there.
Me?
What, a big strapping lad like you? Those lads that are causing the trouble, they'll see you walking about, they'll have to mind the P's and Q's. It'd be a sort of community service.
Well, I can't argue with that, Alf. My mum always said I should have been a bobby.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Hey, how is it on the last in here?
Because you've probably been to Laughing Donkey.
Give that lady a bun and me a pint.
Hey, we've been waiting for you.
Oh, very nice.
I'd get back to the Laughing Donkey if I was you, mate.
Why, what's happening?
Are you going to ask him or should I?
No, you ask him. I mean, you're going to be question mistress again.
You are?
Go on, ask him.
What colour is Rita's toothbrush? Red, green or yellow?
Great.
Right. Congratulations, sir. You have qualified to enter our national contest to be held in this 5-star luxury hotel.
I haven't, you know. I come in here to sup, not to indulge in these daft games you copy off the telly.
But your wife's already committed you.
If you'd have asked me first, the answer would have been no.
Aren't you going to make him?
No, I think I will quit while I'm winning. I mean, he may not colour my toothbrush, but I bet you can't remember when we first met.
I do.
Go on.
I picked you up in the van outside Bessie Street School.
Amazing.
You see, you could have won. I think they're both spoiled sports, don't you, Ivy?
Yes.
Hey, can I change my mind, please?
No.
Hey, I'm looking for you.
Well, you found me.
Look, I'm after a chance to recoup some of the money you fleeced off me.
Right, but I'll see if I can fix you in. But I've got a very important dinner engagement now.
You just have to be firm with him.
Oh, yes, I know I should, but it isn't easy for me to be firm with anybody. I'm always thinking of the other person's point of view.
Ah, he's here. Now, remember.
Hello, what are you doing here again? Dragging germs after you?
Well, that's what I've come to tell you. I've had Tracy to the doctor's, and he says she can definitely start school next week. So she must be better, mustn't she?
Right, well, the day she starts school, I'll come home.
Mr. Tatlock,
Now, where's my dinner?
I really do think...
You tell me to come in at 1 o'clock, and I do. And there's no dinner for me. You did say 1 o'clock, didn't you?
Yes.
Well, where's my dinner?
Look, you could come home today, Uncle Albert. There's nothing stopping you.
That's not a lamb chop.
No, it's pork.
But I asked for lamb.
Well, the butcher didn't have any lamb chops.
Well, then you could have gone to another butcher's.
Well, I would have had to have gone into town.
Well, that wouldn't kill you.
Mr. Tatlock, as I was going to say, with Tracy obviously better, there's really no reason for you continuing to stay here. I only offered you a home in an emergency, if indeed there ever was an emergency.
So you'd rather I got shingles, would you?
No, of course I wouldn't. Now, perhaps after you've had your dinner, you'll go back home. Please.
Right, don't worry yourself. I'm going back. There's no point in stopping with a person that can't understand lamb from pork.
Well, you seem to be enjoying it.
I didn't say I didn't like pork.
You know, a lot of these questions have got about as much to do with the sort of life we lead as a king's has to a flipping dosser's. Now, this one, for instance. What sort of starter does your husband prefer at breakfast when you are stopping in a hotel? Now, when do we ever stop in a hotel?
Well, who wants starters when you got bags of fried bread?
See what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's the embarrassing questions you got to watch out for, Hilda.
Like what?
Well, I mean, Bet might ask Stan to describe your laugh.
That's easy.
Well, go on then, describe it.
Like a sick donkey.
Oh, and you know what yours is like, don't you? A flaming dead donkey.
Don't be daft. You're known for your daft laugh.
And you're known for just being plain daft, full stop.
Children, children, we're going to make a right exhibition of ourselves if we carry on like that, aren't we?
Well, he's no call to be insulting.
Listen who's talking.
Look, why don't you stick to the simple questions first, like describe the colour of your eyes.
Well, go on, what colour are mine? Well, go on, Luke. They haven't changed much, you know. Not since you once looked into them and said they was wicked.
Brown.
Well, I suppose that's a start.
I can't wait to tell Freddie. Oh, thanks, Alf. I could kiss you. In fact, I will. You've saved our bacon, you know. You really have. Hey, see you later for a drink, perhaps.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hello.
You're doing it again, aren't you? Giving me that old-fashioned look as if you think I've done something underhand.
Oh, no, it's a look of admiration. I've never known you work so fast before. Usually the embodiment of local government caution.
Yeah, well, it's just because I happen to feel that these two people would be ideal for the job.
You just don't want them moving in here with you, do you, Alf? That's the truth of it.
Rubbish. Listen, Fred is a friend of mine. They can move in here and welcome.
Oh, you might very well be right. They might be ideal for the centre, and heaven knows we need somebody. But it's me who's got to work with them. And I wouldn't like to think of Fred mooching around the centre like some sort of latter-day PC plod that would cause more trouble than it would prevent. So don't go accepting too many drinks tonight, will you? Because you might not have been quite as clever as you think. Bye.
Well, come on, I haven't got all night.
I'm knocking out.
I'm flipping knocking and all.
Like taking toffee from kids. Chips. Another 10-pence, show me. Ah, that's not too bad, is it? £1.20 in the first hour.
Aye, first and last for me.
You what?
I'm down to the last 50p, and that's my last pint, and you're not getting that. I don't know how you do it, Albert, but I reckon you're a dominoes shark. That's what I reckon.
Look, you can't cheat at dominoes. Don't be ridiculous.
I don't know how you do it. You must be cheating to it all the times you're winning. So I'm going to bar you from now on.
Bar me?
Hey, that's a bit strong, isn't it?
I mean it. I'm not being rooked in my own house. You're not playing here again.
Now look what you've gone and done.
Well, he always was a bad loser with Stan.
Well, you could have had a bit more sense.
How do you mean?
Well, let him win a couple of times. But no, you have to be greedy, don't you? You have to steam in. Well, now you've broken up a good school.
Well, there's plenty of other places I can play dominoes, you know.
Yeah, but there aren't so many as there were, are there?
Well, that doesn't matter at my age.
Hey, where are you going? I still want to play, you know. I want to get some of my money back.
I'm sorry, but he's barred me, hasn't he?
Albert! Albert, come back here!
Well, cheers.
Cheers, mate. No, we'll be all right across there, me and Eunice. We're a good team, you know, really. Most the pity we didn't get a pub of our own. Still, I suppose you'll be a bit disappointed, Alf.
Disappointed?
Well, with us not moving in with you, you know. Hey, you would have had some good times there, you know, Alf. You know, bags of the old boozing sessions, games of cards and that, you know. You'd never have been lonely, mate, that is a fact.
No.
Still, you can't have everything in life, can you, pal?
Absolutely.
Don't worry, Alf. Things should get worse.
Have you heard that Fred and Eunice are moving into the centre flat?
They did tell me, yeah.
I'm not delirious about it. I mean, one can only serve one master really efficiently, and we all know who that should be in his case, don't we? Good evening.
Good evening, Mrs. Walker.
How's the coaching gone, Mrs. Elgin?
Oh, not so bad. Stan at least knows he's playing Mr. and Mrs. now and not Postman's Knock.
Just about, yeah.
Hey, why don't you find a partner and enter for it?
I asked Mrs. Walker, she declined.
I didn't want people talking.
I would have been happy to hear them talk, Mrs. Walker.
Hey, you two.
Right, please, the wife's paying.
Oh, don't I always, one way or another?
Hey, Hilda, it's worrying me. I mean, what have you been coaching Stan in? Well, I mean, what sort of questions, you know, because we'd like to know what the competition's going to be like.
Well, we don't have a swank, do we, Joe?
I want my pint.
But if you insist. Stanley, what colour are my eyes? Well, come on, what colour are they?
Your eyes.
Yeah, my eyes. Not me flipping hair, what's going grey through living with you. You've forgotten, haven't you, already?
Dark blue.
They're flaming brown, and you can pay for your own kind.
I've got no money.
Tough. Thick as two short planks.
We get a good lunch anyway.
Yeah, I'll only pick at it if I do. My digestion isn't what it was.
Well, it's taken a bit of a bashing over the years, isn't it?
Now, hey, councillors don't meet industrialists for fun, you know. We're there to see that we get some more business in the area, and I thought you'd have realised that.
Oh, I do, Alf, I do. I think it's heroic the way you've sacrificed your digestion for the working class.
Well, you're a community development officer. What have you sacrificed?
My wife's looking after the shop. Does that count?
Yeah.
Well, Alfie, you look small.
Oh, aye. The council do, you know.
Oh, bear up. Will there be speeches?
Aye.
The only thing that makes speeches tolerable is if you make them yourself. Are you doing?
No.
Oh, well, I feel for you.
Now, there you are, you see. She knows.
I certainly do. And the lady Vittler is just as bad. Some people just aren't happy unless they're on the hind legs. I brought my order, dear.
Thanks.
No, Kenneth, I often thought you'd go in for politics.
No, you can see me on my hind legs, can you?
Better than most.
I'm not sure I find that flattering.
Now, as a mother, then it wasn't intended to be. But why didn't you go in for it? I mean, you've got very definite views.
I keep saying that to him. I mean, he reads something in the paper, and then he gives you a long lecture on what it is they're doing wrong, and I've said to him, if he knows, why doesn't he get up there?
Why don't you?
Disillusionment, I suppose.
Disillusion with politics?
And myself. Right, I'll see you later tonight.
All right, love, I'll bring something back for tea.
Yeah, okay. Oh, by the way, Bert, has that fella been round?
What fella?
About the decorating?
No.
Oh, well, he will. He was asking about you yesterday. He wants you to do some decorating for him. He'd heard what a good job you'd done for me.
Oh, good. I'm always looking for work. Thanks for putting a word in.
Oh, it wasn't me who said it. Someone must have told him over at the centre.
I know you. You'd be singing my praises. Thanks anyway.
Hope it works out.
Yes, so.
Well, now, it is Mr. Dimples, isn't it?
Oh, was it Pimples she called you?
All right. Just let me know when you've done with you.
Well, if you don't want it coming out, you shouldn't go in for things like that, should you?
Listen, they shouldn't have things like that Mr. and Mrs. contest. I'll have you know there's blood been spilt in this street, and not only this street last night, neither.
Why? Has Hilda been round to Inkerman Street and all?
What a day. You know, sometimes it makes you wonder why you go on, doesn't it?
It does, Stanley. There's times when it does.
That woman in Percy Street's had it. She can look elsewhere, I'll tell you. One thing I don't like is aggravation. I've been up and down that ladder like a blooming juggler's monkey. In the end, I gave her the bucket. I said, there's the bucket, there's the chamois. If you think you can do better, try it. Know what she said? I am not suitably attired for climbing a ladder. So I shut my eyes. She didn't go up. Right. Hey, what's this? Where's my dinner?
Did you say something, Stanley?
Where's my dinner?
What dinner? If you think I'm getting your dinner for you, you're deluding yourself.
Oh, you still going on about that?
I'm not going on about anything.
It was only a laugh.
Oh, making a public mockery of your wife. That's a laugh, is it?
Hellfire, I'm not going to argue with you.
Very wise, Stanley.
I'm going to a pub.
Go on, it's all you're fit for. Go on, you might find the kind of people there what share your sense of humour.
This is it. I said, oh, listen, who's talking? Hey, she got really hearty. She drew herself up. She, at least I've been to Las Vegas. Oh, look what cat's dragged in. Give us a pie, love. On a lager.
Hey,
Has he been in all morning?
No, he's not been in long.
It'll be after Monday.
You want to look after your purse?
It's no good putting that there.
shout before you're hurt. I was just going to get him in.
Oh, got your other hands then, have you? Usually when he's with his wife, his hands don't quite reach his pocket, but they're twice as long when he's out with his mate.
Now, come on. When I've got the money, I always show a good time.
Oh. So, tell the girls you show a good time, though, Jack.
Yeah, get me gyro through tomorrow.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, you'll get it back, won't you?
Get it back, what do you mean?
A fiver, that's all.
A fiver? I'm not lending you a fiver.
Well, how do you expect me to get around in?
It were you that said you'd get him in, love.
Oh, come on, you've got it. I know you've got it.
I've got nothing, and what I've got's no thanks to you.
You're just trying to show me up.
Show you up? Show you up after last night? It's you that shows yourself up.
Hey, Vera, I hope you use sweeter words than that when you propose to Jack.
Propose to him? That big, great lummox?
Mrs. Duckworth, if you intend to shower endearments on your husband, could I ask you to do so in the privacy of your own home?
No, it's your fault, this is. If you hadn't have had that Dave flaming daft competition.
Mr. Duckworth, you entered the Mr. and Mrs. competition by your own personal choice, very much as you entered the Mr. and Mrs. state. Now, perhaps, by hindsight, you find it wasn't a wise choice. But don't blame me.
Hello, hello, hello. Look who's here. Visitors. I'm the best looking lad in the world. Hello, pudding face. How are you? Oh, it's frisky, isn't it? Hey, aren't you bonny? Hey? Hey? Are they treating you right, are they?
Bert, have you been down there, love?
Yeah, love, there's naught doing. Hey, but I might be doing some decorating, though. Be a few quid, won't it?
Oh, I thought you were looking cheerful.
Well, you know me, kid, cheerful to the last.
Who's it for, Doc?
Friend of Ken Barlow's, at least I think it's a friend. Somebody who works at the centre. He'd heard I'd done a room for him, you see.
Well, he must have spoke well about you, anyhow.
Yeah. Hey, I bet they called round yesterday, love.
Yeah, while we were at pub with that stupid do.
Don't mention that do to me, and you can stop giggling and all.
Come on, she's the only one who can giggle. She won.
Oh, it's like you say, we're just daft.
It's the folk who go in for it that's daft. Do you know what? I think they invent games like that just to make it embarrassing.
Hey, now, you have got dimples.
I don't know what you're so sensitive for, Bert.
You've no right to be telling folk that and all.
But everybody knows you've got dimples.
Oh, no, they don't. And they didn't till you told them, did they?
I think it's lovely.
And any road up, it must be years since you said, hello, dimples, to me.
It's not.
It flipping well is.
Well, it's because it doesn't seem to have the same effect that it used to have, love.
There you are, you see. She's at it again. You can't win. And stop giggling you and get in that kitchen and get that champagne out of the fridge unless Ivy's sucked it.
Come on, you don't be joking. Champagne is for weddings and for Christmas.
Well, we could come round tonight. Little Mr. and Mrs. celebration. I don't think Brian knows how to open champagne anyway.
Well, listen, I tell you what, don't have your tea, love. Have your tea.
Sure.
Yeah, of course I'm sure. And you, I don't know what you're supposed to eat when you drink champagne.
What were you having?
Liver. Don't sound right, does it, somehow?
Oh, liver. No, love, no. Fish and chips, that's what you have with champagne.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Fish, chips and champagne. Hey, you know how to open champagne, don't you?
You what? Listen, they're putting out in a bottle that I can't get out. Isn't that right, my sweet?
Oh, very true. Dimples.
Shut up, you.
Hey, you don't believe all that about me going with women, do you? You don't really believe it, do you?
Well, why do you put it about, then? Does it make you feel big or something?
Well, you know I'm crazy about you. You know I am.
I know I'm a bloody fool for believing you.
Hey, but you do, though, kid, don't you?
I'm having another drink.
Get us off. Hey, can you make it a pint?
No.
Hey, but you do believe me, though, don't you? Because it means more than the world to me, does this?
Oh, you don't need to come here.
You You are?
I'm not bothered about my dinner. It's not there ready when I want it. I'm not bothering.
Who's bothering? You can starve for all I care. Well, Michael, I'm ready for your place now.
Careful.
Do you mind?
I'll give you one tip, Michael. You've no need to worry till she takes her teeth out, then it's serious.
Ha ha, very funny. Well, at least the rest of me's me own unaided.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ladies, ladies, please.
Well, some folks shouldn't stick their motty in where it don't fit.
My motto's like your teeth, Hilda. It goes in where there's plenty of room.
Ignore her. I went across to your office, but you weren't there, so I thought...
Yeah, well, don't think. Just listen, right? Now then, here are the keys to the flat, right? I'll leave them in the office and you can pick them up and take them back there, all right?
Wouldn't it be easier to have spares made?
These are spares, Hilda. They stay in the office.
All right, yeah. Well, which is your door?
Well, now that's the key to the outside door, all right? Now, you know where the flat is, don't you? Up the stairs on the left.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's the key to the front door.
Right.
Now, when you open it, you'll hear a high-pitched buzzing. Now, that is the burglar alarm, and it's got to be turned off straight away, so you'll need that one. You'll find a little cupboard in the lounge on the left.
Left? Right. Now, right with me right, so what's left is me left. Right.
Do you have trouble with your right and left?
No, because I've this way of remembering.
Oh. Yeah, well, anyway, listen. In the cupboard, you'll see a panel, right? Now, in that panel is a keyhole. Now, all you've got to do is to put that key into the keyhole and turn it anti-clockwise to the left like that, see?
Yeah.
Right. Now, you've got 20 seconds to do that after you've opened the front door.
Oh, heck.
Well, it's plenty of time. It's just that you've got to do it inside 20 seconds.
What happens if I don't?
All hell breaks loose.
Oh. Let's see. This key
Yeah?
turns it off.
He lives in Fort Knox, you know. My God, sometimes I'm glad I've gotten out.
Well, I've gotten out, but I was burgled. Even less then.
Hey, it was installed when I bought the place, all right? I just wish I had something to protect.
Oh, poor little rich boy.
Rich? Rich is when you go broke and you live in the south of France. I'm going broke and I'm living in the rain here. Do you call that rich? Wilda, on the bed is a grey suit. Take it to the cleaners, will you? It's only round the corner.
Yeah, I'll do that for you. What's this other key for?
Oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about that.
All right, well, I'll bring them all back to the office then.
And don't drop anything in the waste disposal, will you? Like a spoon or something?
Especially teeth. Be a fight to the death down that plug hole.
Luke, I'm not the only person in the world with dentures, you know. If you went in for selling toffee apples instead of ale, you'd not do much trade in here.
Do you have to deliberately provoke her? You know, there's a very unhealthy streak in you, Bet.
Listen who the pot's calling.
Well, she's my next-door neighbour. I've got to antagonise her, haven't I?
Just your idea of old-fashioned neighbourliness, I suppose.
Well, you know what Hilda is. If she isn't in off, she's on the cadge. So in the long run, it's cheaper to antagonise her, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Oh, shut up! Oh. Oh, you stupid thing.
217 burglar alarm. I'm proceeding to the premises directly. Afternoon.
Oh, you scared the life out of me.
Oh, why should I do that?
Well, you just did. Did you want something?
We step inside, dearie.
Well, I was just on my way out.
No, I don't think so.
Huh?
you mind telling me what's in the bag, dearie?
It's a suit.
Do you mind showing me?
Yeah, they are, Luke.
One gent's suit.
Yeah, I was taking it to the cleaners.
Really? Was it the gent himself you were taking to the cleaners?
You what? Oh, did I get the alarm wrong?
Yes, love, you got the alarm wrong.
Yeah, well, it only went off for a second, really. Well, I've never done it before, you see.
Haven't you, love?
No, it's my first time.
Oh, dear. Aren't we unlucky?
Yeah, well, I'm not very good with things like that. I get flustered, you know.
So you grabbed the suit? Because, doesn't look like you've really done the place.
No, well, I was going to take the suit first, you see, and then come back and give it a real good going over.
Right. Well, love, let's have your name and address.
Oh, yeah, it's Ogden. Mrs. Hilda Ogden.
Hilda Ogden.
13 Coronation Street.
Street. Anyone else live at the same address?
Yeah, my husband and a lodger.
And your husband's name is?
Ogden. Oh, Stanley.
And the lodger?
Mr. Yates. But he's got a good job now.
Yates. And you reckon one of them would fit this suit, do you?
Oh, no, nothing like. They're but... Here. You don't think I was stealing that suit, do you?
You got a better story.
No, I was taking it to the cleaners for Mr. Baldwin. This is his flat, you see. I'm his cleaner, his char lady.
Oh, very good. Why didn't you say that before?
Well, you got me all flustered. I thought I was in trouble for letting off the alarm.
And now you've decided you're the cleaning woman.
No, I haven't decided. I am. Well, ask him. Ask Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, we will, love. We will. The station will be in touch with him already.
I'll be in trouble with him and all now. Stupid thing, that flaming alarm.
Works, though. Doesn't it, love?
Well, just be there then when I get home, eh?
I will be. I will be.
Hey, and listen, don't be going into that club.
I've got no money to go in the club, have I?
Because that's no place to go looking for a job, you know. Not unless you want to rob a bank. I've heard of people that get in there on afternoons.
Cross me out.
I'm sorry, Chuck. Everybody's been giving me fivers. I've no change.
Hasn't anybody got change for this fiver?
Oh, I have. Yeah, come here, love.
I'll see you tonight.
All right, love.
Excuse me.
The flaming liar! Hey, come here! Come back here, yo!
Get out me road!
This scum, you took my money, haven't you? You scum! Yeah, you're lower than a worm's belly, yeah. You... What you done to me, back? Come back here! She thinks the world of him, really, you know.
I only wanted change of a fiver.
Don't tell me. You cocked the alarm up.
No, sir. You are.
Yeah, Mr. Baldwin, it's my flat, yes.
I see. So, is this your suit?
Yes, yeah, that's my suit.
I told you it was his suit.
Oh, it may be required for evidence.
What do you mean evidence? I mean, it's my suit. What do you want evidence for? It's not been nicked or anything, is it?
You know this woman then, do you, sir?
Only too well, don't I, Hilda? Now, come on, what went wrong? All you had to do was put the key in the hole and turn it.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you long enough.
Right, give us the keys.
He's got 'em.
These keys.
Yeah, that's some time.
He didn't believe me when I said I was the cleaner. I showed him the keys you give me and he just took 'em off me.
Well, I never said I didn't believe you. Said I'd no way of knowing until his story was confirmed.
Right, well, your story's confirmed now. I've proved it. So, sorry you've been called out. Thanks for coming. I'll put a contribution in the benefit box, all right?
Have you any way of identifying yourself, sir?
You what?
Can you prove you are who you say you are, sir?
Oh, now, come on, sunshine. I mean, stay on the train, will you? I mean, who am I if I'm not who I say I am? Right? Your station phoned the factory. The factory phoned the pub, so I'm here, so who am I?
I've no confirmation of that, sir. I've just spoken to my station sergeant and he couldn't confirm he'd spoken to the key holder.
Well, I've just confirmed it. I am who I say I am.
Yes, sir. But for all I know, you could be this woman's accomplice. You might have been waiting outside, seen me arriving, and then come in to bluff it out.
Oh, now, come on.
It's been done, sir. So if you could identify...
All right, all right. Oh, I've left my wallet in the office.
Driving licence, letter addressed to you.
Well, there's hundreds of letters addressed to me over here.
But they happen to be in the flat already, sir. You see what I mean?
Well, he is Mr. Baldwin. Anybody'll tell you.
So a photograph of you on the premises. Passport.
Ah, yeah. Oh, hang on.
I sent it in to be renewed. Well, I did, honest. Come on, this is getting hysterical. I'm not even sure I might Baldwin myself, so you tell me who I am.
There'll be something, sir. Only a matter of thinking of it.
Yeah, well, I can't be bothered. I've got a factory to run. It's hard enough as it is. So if you want me, you phone me, all right? And you can take her and lock her up.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't allow you to leave, not till I'm satisfied of your identity.
Now, look, Sunshine, you do whatever you like, but me, I'm going back to work.
I'm sorry, sir. An alarm's been sounded, and it's my duty to investigate the circumstances of that alarm. And I must be satisfied as to ascertaining the cause of that alarm before leaving the scene of that alarm.
Oh, Hilda. Hilda!
And I might point out, sir, if the alarm proves to be a false alarm, there'll be a charge of £25 to defray police expenses in attending the alarm.
Hilda?
Sorry you're so late getting back, love. You know how these things are, though. One thing leads to another.
Ah, you're all right. Ken's working late tonight anyway. I'm happy. How'd it go?
I don't suppose it'll change very much.
Alf, you wouldn't happen to have such a thing as any proper champagne glasses, would you?
Now, there's a thing I can honestly say there's not a lot to call for.
And I can honestly say there is now, because I, Brian, and Gail won a bottle last night.
Oh, champion.
And it's not the same drinking it out of cups, is it? Oh, no, it's definitely in for a dig, is that?
I can lend you some ordinary wine glasses. I've not got any of them saucer-shaped jobs, though.
Oh, no, that's what I was looking for, though.
Annie Walker will have some.
Oh, I don't like asking her.
I think she'll lend you 'em.
Yes, and she'll have some nice, sarky little remark to make, I know, won't
I
she?
don't think so.
Oh, well, I do. She'll make you feel like one of the peasants on her estate, and she'll very graciously lend you the glasses.
All right, I'll get you some. But, you know, connoisseurs, they don't drink out of saucer jobs. It goes flat too quick, you see.
Is that right?
Of course it is.
Since when have you been mixing with connoisseurs?
Listen, I've lived a bit, you know. I'll get 'em for you. Oh, hey, I wanted a word with you about your bird. There's a fella been round asking if he did any decorating.
Oh, yes, it's all right, love. Ken's mentioned it to
Yeah,
me.
well, I just want to say, be careful how you talk to him. He might not be all he seems.
How do you mean?
Well,
So, you've come about some decorating then, have you?
that's right, yes.
Well, look, I'm not a professional, you know. I mean, I haven't served my time. I better get that straight, haven't I?
Oh, well, do all right for yourselves, don't you?
Oh, that, yeah, we sup champagne all the time, mind you.
Oh.
But look, when I say I'm not a professional, well, I'll still do a good job, and I'm cheap.
Yes, so I hear. What did you charge Mr. Barlow?
Well, 30 quid, but then it was only a small downstairs room, you see.
£30?
Yeah, it's reasonable, isn't it? You see, his room's half the size of this one, because this is two knocked into one. His is how it was before it was done, you know, just half of it.
Yeah.
Hello, love. Didn't you get any glasses, then?
No. What's this fella doing here, Bert?
Oh, he's asking about the decorating, love.
Oh, ask him why he's asking.
Well, he wants some doing, don't you?
No, Mr. Tilsley, I don't.
Well, what do you want, then?
He's a flaming snooper.
Huh?
I'm a Department of Employment investigator, Mr. Tilsley. And I'm interested to know why you haven't declared any income since you became unemployed. Here are photocopies of forms that you've signed. Now, well, you can read what it says there, where you declare that you've had no income during these weeks and that you didn't anticipate any paid work the following weeks.
Yeah.
And you agree that these are your signatures?
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I believe that during these weeks you earned money decorating and that you also did work for a Leonard Fairclough, in all receiving almost £200 over payment. Do you wish to say anything? I warn you that anything you say might be taken down and may be used in evidence, as this matter could lead to a prosecution.
You're saying note, Bert. Note.
Love, you've got to tell the truth, haven't you?
But for now, you're saying note. And as for you, you can get out of here right now.
If you don't wish to make a statement, you don't have to.
Out.
Yes.
I wouldn't have your job if I was starving. Poking and blooming sniffing.
Ivy, love, stop it, please.
Enjoy the champagne.
You better find the kids, love. Tell them not to come.
You cleaned your teeth this morning. Because you always clean your teeth in school.
Of course she's cleaned her teeth.
She's starting school, you know, not going to the dentist.
The first hour at school, you know, they examine my teeth.
Yeah, well, it's not the first day back at school, is it? It's just the first day for Tracy. School's been back a fortnight.
So every cloud has its silver lining, you see, doesn't it, Tracy? If you hadn't got chicken pox, you'd have had your teeth inspected.
Don't inspect teeth nowadays.
Look, first your teeth, then your scalp. Looking for bugs,
Well,
likely.
What school was this? Borstal?
The school that he went to, and his father as well, And the same one that she's going to. Bessie Street Bug House.
Look, she's excited enough as it is. Keep on like this, we'll have her in tears.
Well, I only
Look,
said...
Uncle Albert, teeth inspections are a thing of the past. Nowadays, it's all playgroups and plasticine.
And he knows because he used to be a teacher at Bessie Street. And he was what they call a little knout. Hey, where you going?
To wash my teeth.
Well, yeah, you see, she hasn't cleaned her teeth.
Oh, good grief, Uncle Albert. Why don't you just tell her that the headmistress is a witch and the first thing she'll get is the cane?
Because she skips her teeth, like you did.
Oh, Leonard Fairclough. Before you, mate, before your very eyes, in the flesh and up to my eyes in it.
Well, I called yesterday, but I couldn't catch you.
Well, you play for Lanky, do you? In the slips? How's that?
Not exactly.
Look, get hold of that, will you? Look, leave that alone. My pencil's bust.
Oh, it's a roof job, is it?
No, I'm doing an extension. Oh, you don't let that slip.
Could do with a mate, couldn't you?
Could do with a lot of things.
You never have a mate, then?
When the job calls for it, yeah. Thanks. Are you after a job or something?
Did have a mate, though, didn't you? Just recently.
Did I?
Mr. Tilsley, Albert Tilsley.
Oh, Bert! Oh, yeah, well, we've been mates for years, you know.
No, I mean, mate in the sense that you employed him to assist.
Only the same way that I employed you. But you made a muck of it, didn't you? Let it slip.
All right, Mr. Fairclough, let's stop kidding each other.
What's that supposed to mean? Kidding each other?
I'm an investigator from the Department of Employment.
Money's good, is it?
Well, it's rotten, but apart from that, I have reason to believe that you've employed a Mr. Tilsley for what seems to have been several weeks' work. Now, this is an official inquiry, Mr. Fairclough, and I must warn you that it is an offence under the Social Security Act to protect someone by lying who we suspect of having committed an offence.
You know, as soon as you walked through that door, I said, this fella's got something to do with drains. You've got sewers written all over you.
There's no need for that. I've got a job to do.
I've only got a job to do, yeah. What a flaming job.
Yes, well, I'm required to ask you for a statement concerning the relevant periods of employment and monies paid.
And I am required to tell you that I have never employed Bert Tilsley. He's helped me out now and again, yeah, and I bought him a pint for it. And if you hadn't made a muck of that, I'd have bought a pint for you and all.
Oh, well, by our definition, that could constitute casual labour.
Hop it.
I could get authority to examine your books, and if you are claiming against tax for the casual labour costs on the dates we've been given.
Just get lost, mate, will you? Go and follow the Pied Piper. You're coming here disrupting all my measurements.
Oh, morning, Mrs. Tilsley. Looking for your husband?
She's come about a window frame, right?
Yes.
Right. Well, sorry to have bothered you. I may call again. Good morning.
Flaming little runts. They want shooting.
Yeah, well, he was round the townhouse last night. That's why I've nipped round here. I had a feeling he'd be sniffing here.
There's no need to worry on that score. He'll get an out of me.
Oh, well, if you say no, and then Ken Barlow says no, well, they've not got a case, have they?
Depends on whose side you're on, doesn't it? And I know whose side I'm on. Yours. I have been from way back. Ken Barlow, I can't say.
Well, anyway, thanks, Len. I best get back. Thanks, Len. Must be a bit early.
I was used to ring a bell. Teacher used to come out with a great big bell.
All them years ago.
1899 I started.
1899?
I was 4.
Lying about your age even then, eh? Now then, I'll come and pick you up at dinner time, love.
Are they tickly?
Yes, they are. And I'll come in with you and I'll tell the teacher that you've cleaned your teeth, you've brushed your hair and you've washed behind your ears and you're looking forward to making friends with all the other little boys and girls, aren't you?
You know, you should have brought your skipping rope.
Yeah, you bring that tomorrow, won't you, love?
I brought my marbles. I had some real donkeys and all. Used to play with Billy Clay and Albert Scott. Played for keeps, you know. Then we cut the desks. The desks are gone now. And the others too.
Right then, I'll take her in. Are you waiting?
Aye, I'll wait.
Right, come on,
Ta-ra, love. Ta-ra.
suppose I should have let you know I was coming, sent you a postcard or something. But you know, quite frankly, life has been such a whirl lately, what with one thing and another.
Are you still working?
No, not just at present. I've been laid off, as they say.
Are you sure you didn't volunteer?
Oh, your mum, she can see right through me, you know.
You've not got his rubbers on, you know.
Now, would he wet his glamorous granny? Would he, heck?
Better make sure.
I suppose you have noticed my bruise, because being me daughter, you don't miss a trick.
Well, it is a bit nasty.
Yeah, well, happened last night, actually. I've been out with Tony and, well, we were larking about, we were a bit stoned, you know, and bang! Mind you should see the cupboard door, that's a bit of a mess and all.
Who's Tony?
Oh, haven't I told you about Tony?
I've not seen you for ages.
Well, what can I say? I just woke up one morning and there he was, type of thing. Oh, I mean, not literally, you know, not head on the pillow. No, he came into Marshall's, actually. He was looking for some cufflinks. And, you know, even before I'd shown him half my selection, he was saying all these nice things.
Is that his car you came in?
No, that's mine. It's a gift. Just going spare in one of his garages, you know.
Very nice.
Oh, isn't he bonny? Do you know, I was going to knit something for you, Buster, but I couldn't find my needles. Come on, come to Granny.
Oh, some Granny.
Do you know, he's sat there since opening time. Just the one half. Face like a yard of tripe.
Depressing as all.
Reminds me of a tale. This bloke went into a pub in Wigan on a very wet day. Punters were all as miserable as sin, staring into the pots. Barmaid wore black. This bloke on the Joanna was playing the death march from Faust. Landlord had cold, fishy eyes. The beer was flat. And this bloke said to the landlord, "Hey, sunshine, what's that hearse doing outside?" And landlord said, "Blast and damn, I thought that had gone hours ago."
I suppose that's what's called black humour.
I don't suppose it tickles Bert very much, nor Ivy for that matter. She had a face like fun all morning.
This snooper, I reckon.
Snooper, Al?
Well, investigator, to give him his proper name. You know, from the Department of Employment. He's been prowling around for a day or two.
You mean you think somebody's nailed Bert?
Well, it looks grim. Somebody shocked him, you know, some kind person.
Aren't folk lovely?
I'd hate to have that laid at my door.
Me too.
To you. Oh, Bert.
Hello, Bert. Hello. You all right? Rough. Do you want another one?
No, thanks. I've got my dinner waiting.
Hey, Bert, I've had a fella down the yard.
Oh, I can guess who.
Yeah, they used to wear bowlers and big boots. Tell him a mile off, but now it's not so easy.
Oh, what did you tell him?
Nothing, apart from where the door was.
Right, well, he'll be back then, won't he?
I should imagine so. You must have done a fair bit.
Look, I gave you hand. I decorated a room for Ken. I mean, what is it with you people? It's a federal case or something. All of a sudden, there's dossiers, people reporting me. I'm just about... Oh, I'll see you. All right.
This fella, the one you told where the door was. I don't suppose it occurred to you to be a bit more discreet, did it?
You are kidding, of course.
No, I'm not.
Then what are you saying? That I should have cooperated, opened me big mouth like some other people I know.
Am I, eh?
What are you saying, then?
I'm saying it pays to soft soap these fellas, with bowler hats and big boots and even bigger noses.
He should have come to you first, then, shouldn't he?
Hello, Lucy. Suppose you started straight after the holidays, did you?
Are you Mrs. Langton?
No, Mrs. Barlow, actually.
I'm just picking her up then.
No, not exactly.
Oh, I see. No marks for that either.
No, I'm Tracy's mother, but I remarried.
Mystery solved. Oh, I'm Lucy's mum. I was just talking to the teacher, Mrs. Sumner. She's a lovely teacher. Anyway, she says Tracy and Lucy are quite taken to each other.
Oh, smashing.
See you at 3:30 then.
Right.
Keeps you really slim, all this black and two. Bye.
Bye.
Come on.
What on earth made him think he'd get away with it, Ivy?
Get away with it? What we talking about here? A king's ransom or something?
He should have declared it.
If you don't mind me saying so, Ken, that sounds a bit sanctimonious. What you give him was a backhander, and you made it clear it was a backhander and all. In a brown envelope, a sort of say no more sort of talk.
No, that was simply to save embarrassment.
Look, Ken, what you give him, it was a gift. It wasn't payment.
No, that's twisting things, Ivy.
Well, if you said it were a gift, they couldn't do all, could they?
What about all the other jobs that he's done?
Well, there's only Len Fairclough, and he's keeping his trap shut. And for more money than you've paid and all. And don't forget he's got accounts that can be gone into.
Yes, but don't you forget that I'm employed by the social services. This could be very difficult for me.
It can be difficult for Len and all.
Oh, well, historically, Len and I are bound to take a different attitude.
It's what?
Historically, for various reasons to do with education, experience.
Simple fact is that Len Fairclough knows whose side he's on. Obviously, you don't.
That's rather simple-minded of you, Ivy, with all due respect.
Due respect? What about our due respect? That's going out at flaming window, isn't it, if my Bert stood up in court, branded a scrounger?
No, but it probably won't come to that.
If you put it in writing, it'll come to that, all right.
I can't see them prosecuting over such a small sum.
Oh, come on, they've got their orders, haven't they? And we all know where from. 10 flaming Downing Street.
Oh, get off your soapbox, Ivy. Honestly.
Ken, if he goes to court over this, it'll kill him. It'll destroy him. I mean, destroy a decent man. Is that what they're after?
Look, if... Hello.
Hello, Ivy.
Look, tea's in the pot, soup's in the pan. All you got to do is light the gas.
Right.
Okay.
Social call, Ivy?
No, more like business, I'd say. But I think I've had my answer. Ta-ra, Tracy.
Ivy. Look, I'll be very careful what I say, and I won't put anything in writing. Okay.
Oh, thanks, Ken.
What's up?
I'll tell you in a tick. Well, how did you like school? Did you learn anything?
Oh, yes, you did. You learned a little rhyme, didn't you? Shall we do it?
Yeah.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
You never finish with these snoopers, are you? That's the point I'm making. One thing leads to another. All right, he's after scroungers, but he won't be fussy. Anything else comes along, they don't turn their nose up. And any sign of a fiddle of any description, and he'll pounce.
Give it a rest, will you?
I mean, the way you run this business. I'm not saying you fiddle anything big.
I don't have to fiddle anything at all.
It's your books, isn't it? I mean, since Deirdre went, all right, you have an accountant twice a year, but other
You
than
followed me from the Flaming Rovers just to talk about my books.
that, they'll have a field day with your books, Len.
They've got to have a reason for it, haven't they? We're not in Russia.
Bert's their reason.
Come in here, try and do me flaming work. All they gets yak, yak, yak from you. I've got no flaming edge on this. All me
You
markings
do
at the cock.
see what I'm on about, don't you?
I have never employed Bert
Oh,
Tilsley.
come off it.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Look, haven't you got any work to do? I mean, isn't it Mavis's dinner?
Just let me get one thing straight. You are going to tell the Department of Employment that you never employed Bert?
Yes, I am. And if they come mithering you, that's what you've got to tell them and all.
Incredible.
Now, what's incredible about that?
You're like school kids.
Oh, go and sell coffee, will you, and let me get on with this.
It's like Bessie Street Playground. Telltale tit, your tongue will split.
Isn't it? I mean, isn't Bert in enough trouble without me digging it up for him?
Have you checked with Bert? Has he asked you to lie for him?
Well, in a way, yes.
I don't believe that, Len. Because I can't see Bert asking you to tell...
Ivy came round, didn't she? But she didn't have to come.
Len, this is our livelihood. And if you lie to those people and they find out, they'll never be off your back. They'll have you down as dodgy. They'll have their eye on us.
Hey.
Hello.
It's all go, this school lot. I'll be like a flipping greyhound before I've finished.
Oh, you're on duty at off?
Yeah, said I'd go in this afternoon.
Goes going. And after all of it, place, I've never done a house like this.
I'll be across the road till about 6 then.
Anyhow, it's the back end and damp in front.
Hang on, love, before you go, I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
Something, well, funny happened at school today. One of the mums called me Mrs. Langton, and then, of course, Tracy wanted to know why her name's different than mine.
Well, that she was getting a leg pulled.
Yeah, that's what I suddenly thought.
Yeah, the way kids interrogate each other.
Is she not registered yet?
I don't know.
Well, why don't you register as Tracy Barlow?
Well, I'm not sure that's wise.
Well, it'll save people getting wrong end at stick.
No, if we're going to change the name, we've got to do it properly.
Fussing and finicking.
No, we'd have to make it legal, Uncle Albert, for all sorts of very good reasons.
Well, why not do that?
Well, we'd have to contact Ray, wouldn't we? We'd need his permission.
Ray Langton, he'd not be bothered.
Well, he is a natural father, isn't he?
Well, I'd like it changed.
All right, I'll tell you what, love, when I get back, we'll sit down and we'll draft a letter, OK?
Yeah, we could draft him a letter, or on the other hand, I could just drop him a line.
Cool. All right, bye.
Bye-bye, love.
Like trying to wake the dead.
I was dozing. Ivy sent him, has she?
No, I fetched him.
Fetched him?
Well, it's a social call, isn't it? You know, I've got a couple of hours off. I thought there'd be Bert sitting there by himself.
I see. I'm sorry. You better come in.
Yeah, I brought a couple of bottles round. Thought we could have a natter.
Yeah, why not? Well, sit yourself down. I'll get some glasses.
Yeah, I heard about your bit of trouble, you see, and, well, I wondered if there's aught I could do.
Not a lot. Apart from bringing a crate.
Hey, a crate of those. You wouldn't have any worries.
Yeah. You know, I used to have a Nancy. She was a bit of a rum 'un. She used to say to me, when I'm dead, don't bury me. Just prop me up in a boozer.
Yeah, well, it's the same in Stockport. Only there it's bus shelters. No, seriously, Bert, if there is aught I can do.
Oh, what's this? Touch of bribery and corruption, is it?
Well, not exactly.
I've only got one thing against bribery and corruption. I can't afford it.
Who can?
Mind you, I suppose I could go to Social Security and say, excuse me, I need some cash for bribery and corruption, how you fixed? You know, as he might just knock it off my supplementary benefit.
Ah, slap a claim in for a bit of bush money. What do you reckon's going to happen?
It's a matter of their procedure, isn't it? I mean, whatever their procedure is, that's what's going to happen. They've had a tip-off, I suppose they've got to have a procedure.
Well, does that include prosecution?
I suppose so.
Making an example?
Likely, yeah.
Getting folk to testify that you did some work?
Oh, well, working's a capital offence these days, isn't it?
Yeah, but who? Ken Barlow, Len?
Well, they might just knock it off my dole. I mean, it might not come to court. People going to court, Alf.
Yeah, well, they can make them, you know. If they're involved, like, they can shove them on the stand and treat them as hostile witnesses.
Always crucifying me, is this, Alf? Sorry, mate. Thanks for the beer, like. I'm afraid I'm not very good company. I just don't want other people involved, you know.
Yeah. Well, I am involved in a way, aren't I?
How do you mean?
Well, in a way, it was me that let the cat out of the bag in the first place.
You?
When he came in the shop, you know, prowling round.
You what? And you've brought... I mean, you think 2 beers makes it right, do you?
Hang on.
What is it? Hate scroungers or something, Alf?
No, you're getting me wrong, Bert.
Oh, yeah. You're so damn righteous, aren't you?
Look, I didn't go telling tales. He came to me with the tales, same as he did with Ken. He said he wanted somebody to do a job.
Oh, Alf, I'm sorry. I'm just so mithered. I sit in the house, I look at 4 walls, it just builds up, you know.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't blow the whistle on you. I mean, I wouldn't do that.
So, mate. Hey, do you know any jokes?
I could do a fan dance. How's the family?
Oh, the family's all right, Alf.
Will my car be all right?
I suppose so. Are you stopping?
Oh, I'm sorry to bust in on you, but I have busted in, haven't I?
Well, if it had been insurance, man, I might have started moaning.
The baby's in bed,
Oh,
so...
it's just I lost my rag. Tony lost his rag, so I flew out and I drove around. Then I sat in this boozer. This blooming Rochdale Road cowboy started chattering me up, offering me crisps.
Crisps? What's this then? The last of the big spenders?
Crisps, yes, bacon flavour. Can you beat that? There I am, sitting with me mascara running into me bruises, and this flaming comedian's offering me crisps. Then he gets his comb out. Well, I thought it was snowing. The dandruff was piling up in drifts.
Sounds like you could do with a coffee.
Could I do with a coffee? Here, first, come on, me tail. I know you are both dying to know what brings Grandmama around here at this time of night.
It's 6:30, but go on.
Oh.
We're all ears.
Well, it's this, isn't it? I mean, I was fibbing, you know. It wasn't the cupboard.
Was Tony, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who's Tony?
The new boyfriend. Loved you.
What, and this guy clobbered you?
Well, I did ask for it, I suppose. Just a little bit. We was out clubbing it, you see, and there was this guy at the bar looking. Well, then he got fed up of that and he started, well, going with the eye, you know, what they call winking.
Sounds like a traffic light.
And your eye started going, I suppose. You know, what they call winking.
I had got something in my eye, our girl, and I don't be cheeky.
Why didn't you say?
Well, my eye was all right this morning.
I mean, why didn't you say you had a Barney with Tony?
Well, do I want to burden you with my problems? Yeah, of course I do. Well, I came round and you were merrily doing the nappies and that, and well, I thought he'll be all right. I'll go back tonight. I'll be my usual bright, happy, smiling self. He'll be his usual bright, happy, smiling self. But he's still flaming now.
Look, Audrey, why don't we just sort this guy out?
Hey, you're sorting nobody out.
Well, I did thump him with my handbag, and his ear's gone all red. So I think, well, I'll give him a couple of days to calm down.
I suppose you've moved in with him and given up your flat.
Of course I've given up my flat. I mean, I'm saving on the rent, aren't I? I mean, your mother's not daft, you know. Oh, he'll come round. Anyway, if he doesn't, I mean, I've got a car out of it.
And where are you going to live? You can't live in a car.
Well, I thought I could doss down on your sofa. I mean, I like this sofa. It was one of the best buys you made, this sofa. Did someone mention coffee?
Not a word. I thought it might be with your Jack, love. You know, just... Oh, all right, Veery. Just walk through the door. I'll see you at Mun. All right, love. Try. Where the heck have you been?
Been for a walk.
Well, I've done nothing for your tea.
I don't want any tea.
Funny time to go walking, isn't it?
I'm gone half an hour. You send out a search party. What's up? You think I'm going to throw myself in cut or something?
Well, I never quite know you, do I? I mean, things take you different than they do me.
You what? Are you saying I can't handle things?
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is that if we play our cards right, we won't have to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Because I've had words with Ken Barlow and I've had words with Len Fairclough. And they both agreed not to say that they pay you any money.
But they did pay me money.
Yes, all right, but they've agreed to say that they didn't.
What, in court, Ivy? If it comes to a case?
If it comes to a case, you can go to Union. My bloke says that Union will fight case for you, love.
What, with Len up there, Ken up there, lying their heads off for me, honest blokes in court, to save my skin?
Well, if we all stick to the same tail.
Tail? The same flaming lie, don't you mean? Look, they did pay me that money, and I would have declared it but for you. Oh, don't be so daft, you said. Keep your mouth shut, don't say anything. Now, look, Ivy, just do me a favour, keep out of this. It's my problem, I'll handle it my way, all right?
You know what time she came in last night?
You sound just like your mother.
This man doesn't carry on like that.
Shh, you.
She won't. She's soaking in half a ton of bubbles.
Brian, I'm not going to get into one of those my mother versus your mother arguments. I haven't got time. Nicky Tilsley, that's for going in your mouth, not all over the floor.
Look, all I'm saying is that she wasn't in last night when I came in from work.
So?
So?
She's a
we were late,
grown
wasn't it? It
woman,
was late.
Ryan.
You know what you two want up there when you got a bit saved? A shower. It's ever so much more refreshing first thing in the morning.
There's lots of things we need, Mother, and a shower comes bottom of the list.
We can get them on the Never Never, you know, from the electricity board. I mean, Joyce Pickles has got one, and she says it saves ever such a lot on the hot water bill.
If you want all the mud cons, Audrey, you're going to have to move into a better class of digs, aren't you?
Ryan!
No. No, it's all right, lovey. I mean, it does sound as if I'm criticising, but I'm not. I mean, I know I may sound tactless, but I just want you both to have everything I didn't. But I mean, there's no rush, is there? It'll all happen in all good time.
Do you want some breakfast, Mum?
Well, no, I'll scramble myself some eggs in a minute. You look after your lovely mem. No, I think this is a lovely little house. And Granny is very happy here, isn't she, Nicky, lovey?
Do you know, if she's up there squirting my duty-free Chanel all over herself again, I'll kill her.
Listen, madam, what's all this about being predictable? I'll bet I could surprise you.
Oh, go on then, surprise me. The marmalade won't be embarrassed.
Oh, hello.
I hope you know it's only 8 o'clock in the morning.
Why? Does it have to be after 9 before a wife can kiss her husband?
No, but I'm just saying there's a time and a place for everything.
Yes, well, that felt like the time, and this was the place, and we hadn't planned on an audience, invited or otherwise.
You mean don't shove my nose out of my own room, eh? Stop in there on my own like a blooming hermit.
Oh, give over. Honestly, you're worse than Tracy when she gets started. Yeah, come on, you don't really object to people having a kiss and cuddle, do you? It's better than bashing hell out of each other.
Happen.
There's no happen about it, it is.
Bet you used to have a kiss and cuddle when you got married at first.
Aye. Not only when I was married.
Oh, Uncle Albert.
Now it's coming out. Casanova Tatlop. Play your cards right, you can sell your memoirs to the news of the world.
Look, don't you start mocking me. I only said I'd had my moments, which I had.
But never at breakfast time.
No, at breakfast time is the time for eating breakfast.
A proper English cooked breakfast.
Yeah, that's right.
Now I know why I married you. You remind me of him.
Hello, sweetheart. Where have you been?
I'm putting new things in my...
Good girl. Well, sit down now. Eat your egg before it goes cold. You want a cup of tea, Uncle Albert?
Aye, thanks.
There we are. Take your satchel off while you have your breakfast, love. I'm sure Auntie Emily won't mind.
Now, look, leave her be. Oh, that's a nice little satchel, isn't it? You know, you ought to have your name on this. When you bring it home from school, shall I do it for you?
Yes.
In nice big letters?
Yes, please. Good girl. Hey, that's the point. We better wait till we hear from Ray before we decide what we're putting on the satchel.
Barlow, that's what we want, isn't it?
Yes, I know, but is that what he wants?
Well, I don't think he'll be very much bothered. Anyway, I don't know what you wanted to write letter for.
He is her father, Uncle Albert.
No, he's not. You are.
Hey, you know he's making a flaming fortune, don't you? Them zip manufacturers. Do you know what pants I've been making today? I've had to sew at least 8 to 10 zips on. I'm only thankful I'm not making jackets and all. What's that, love? Is it all important?
No, just a job I wrote after, love.
Oh,
Nothing doing. Still, at least they had the grace to reply, which is more than most of them do. I suppose it does help make you feel more of a human being, less a great big blob of useless knout. Hey, your dinner's ready, love. Do you want it?
No, love, not just yet. Bert, have you thought what you're going to do, love?
Do? What can I do? Except maybe become an ostrich and hope nobody notices me.
Ah, but that fella hasn't been round for a day or two, has he? I mean, happened to decide to let it go.
Oh, yeah. Or maybe they're contacting the CIA or even Interpol just to make sure I've got no more criminal activities on my file.
And you can stop that and all, because you're not a criminal, and I won't have you talking rubbish like that, not even in a joke, all right?
No. Hey, love, I'm sorry about what I said the other day. I know you're only trying to help.
Forget it, I have.
You haven't? Have you?
Well, you did say some nasty things, Bert.
I know, love. And I'm sorry. I could have bit my tongue off. It's just that, when I was that mithered, you know, I just wanted to explode, I think. Hey, if it's any consolation, you know what they say, don't you? You always hurt the one you...
Love?
Yeah.
Bert, it will be all right, love. I mean, everybody's backing you up, not just me. I mean, Len and Ken.
I know.
Everybody's on your side, love.
I just didn't want them to lie for me, did I?
Well, like I said, they won't have to. Perhaps that fella Elliot's got bigger fish to fry. Come on. How many tax-avoiding tycoons do we know that need investigating? Do you know what I think I'll do? I think I'll send him an anonymous letter suggesting he looks into some of them zip manufacturers' book for a start.
Ivy, my sweet, you can be a very spiteful woman.
And Dimples, my sweet, if you had to sew as many zips on as I have had to do today, you'll be spiteful and all. Now then, where's this dinner that you promised me?
No, I've got a few minutes, but quite honestly, Mr. Elliot, I don't see the point. I've nothing to add to what I've already said.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Barlow. I thought you might have had time to reconsider.
I have. There's nothing to reconsider. I stand by what I said.
So, you flatly refused to sign a statement attesting to the fact that you paid Mr. Tilsley for doing some decorating for you.
I think I've made myself plain. I can't be of any help to you.
Ah, well, you could do, but you mean you won't do?
Is there any law that says a man must knowingly get his friend into trouble?
Well, there is if he's broken the law. Well, I mean, if a friend were to mug an old lady or rob a bank, would you stay silent then, Mr. Barlow?
No, well, that's ridiculous. There's absolutely no parallel.
Oh, I do. Has you got any salt? My pot's empty.
You don't use it. What do you want it for?
Eddie's brought some chips. We will have them in my room.
Well, look, we're just talking.
And
All right, well, use ours. You know where it is.
Tomato ketchup as well, Eddie.
Yeah, well, take it. Sorry about that. Look, Bert Tillsley's no criminal. He's a decent, honest bloke who's just had a rough time like a lot of other people have. I mean, all he wants is the chance to do a job of work, and for that you're hounding him. I mean, what's the whole thing amount to? A few miserable quid. Tell me, Mr. Elliot, how many millions, no, billions of pounds does the Treasury use every year to the real fiddles? The fiddles dreamed up by the financiers and accountants and business consultants for those who are big enough and smart enough to get away with it. Oh, yeah. I can see it's easier to go after the Bert Tillsleys of this world, the little fellas.
This is not a personal vendetta, Mr. Barlow. We investigate every case that is brought to our notice with equal impartiality, large or small. But let me just say this. If you were to add up all the small ones, they come to a pretty staggering total. Your millions and billions can just as easily be made up by hundreds of minor tax evasions, and often are.
Yeah, I know. You've got your job to do.
Exactly, and as a taxpayer yourself, I'd have thought you'd have recognised that, well, it's in your own interest to assist us.
Well, at this moment, Mr. Elliot, it's not my interest I'm thinking of.
Oh, very well. I might just say that the matter won't necessarily end here if you still refuse to cooperate. I must warn you that it is entirely possible that you will be subpoenaed to appear in court.
Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Good day, Mr. Elliot.
Oh, you're back then?
I said I would be.
Well?
Well, I've been making a few more inquiries, Mr. Tilsley.
Oh, I suppose you've to earn your money somehow, haven't you?
There's nothing personal in this.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. It's more than some people will admit.
You've been talking to people I know then, have you?
We have to check and double-check in your interests as well as ours.
And?
Well, I'm satisfied there's a case to answer here, Mr. Tilsley.
I see.
That being so, I will have to ask you again, are you willing to make a statement?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose I am.
I don't get you. At all. Kicking a fellow when he's down. I mean, it's not like you. What got into you?
Are you thick or what? You don't seem to realise, do you? If this thing goes ahead, you're in as much trouble as he is.
I can't see that.
Oh, come off it, Len. You know what they're like. Once they start snooping round and sniffing out what's wrong, they never let go. And the next thing that's been investigated, you. Books here, cabin, the lot.
So it's all above board. I got most of it, right?
Most of it, yes.
Well, okay. I've done the odd job for cash. A few quid here and there, not worth entering. I mean, nobody's going to make a federal case out of that.
Exactly. That's what Bert thought. It's all right for Ken Barlow. He's not running a business.
No, I suppose not. Anyway, we've not to worry about, you know. We've done nothing wrong.
If they want to, they'll find something. Like you just said, a few odd jobs. Len, if they think you refuse to cooperate with them over Bert, you're not trying to tell me that they can't make things very nasty for you, are they? If they want to.
It's not a witch hunt. I mean, we don't live in a police state.
Fair enough. If you're not worried, I'll get back to cabin. Maybe they'll think I've got lost.
I'll see your teeth on her. Hey, look, Bert said they hadn't been back for a few days, so maybe the whole thing will blow over.
Hello, love.
Hello, Bert.
Ouch.
Aye, sorry about that, mate. Women.
Yeah, she's been giving you a hard time, has she?
Just doing her mother hen bit like they do from time to time.
Yeah, I know, mine's just the same. Hey, listen, Len, I've just called round to tell you, you've got now to worry about, so you can tell her I've sorted it out, like.
What do you mean?
Well, Elliot came back, didn't he?
Oh, my God. What'd he say?
Well, he said that they'd been making further inquiries and that he was satisfied that there was a case to answer. That's how he put it, anyway.
What are you talking about, further inquiries? He's got no more evidence now than when he started. Ken and me have said out.
Yeah, well, he was only bluffing, wanted to see what I'd say.
And what did you say?
Well, I told him the truth.
What?
Look, Len, I've been thinking about now else, and even if I got away with it, I've still got to live with my conscience, haven't I? Look, Elliot was right about one thing. I mean, I wouldn't be cheating some faceless them. I mean, the bureaucrats, officials, the government even. I'd be cheating me mates. Ordinary working lads who pay the taxes and grin and bear it. It's them. They'd be subsidising me.
I can't be a parasite on them, mate. It's not worth it. I'm just sorry it all started and I got you into this mess. Well, I'll tell you something. I've made a statement. I've admitted that I've earned the money, and I'll tell you something else. I feel a hell of a lot better. So you've got nothing to worry about now, have you? I mean, you're off the hook. And I'm sure Rita's going to be pleased and all, isn't she?
Off the hook, me? Thank you, but you've just about got me on it, haven't you?
Yeah, well, how do you make that out?
I've told a lie for you, haven't I?
But that's it. I didn't want you and Ken to have to tell lies.
But we already have done. Whatever document you've signed, it's on record now that we've said just about the opposite.
But, mate, I'm only trying to do what's for the best, haven't
What's
I?
for the best would have been for you to stick to the story that we'd already agreed on.
But I've already told you why I did it.
Yeah, so that you can sleep nights. Well, thank you very much. It's up to me to start worrying now, isn't it?
Hells bells, I can't do right for doing bloody wrong, me, can I?
Aye. And yet water and filthy.
Yeah, plenty. Do you mind? I'm not used to kissing filthy young men. Filthy old men, for that matter. Hey, I got Nicky some fabulous little dungarees today, half price in a sale. They've got bumblebees all over them, and a T-shirt to match.
Not sale time yet, is it?
No, it's that shop that sells mostly Italian stuff. It's not doing too well. It's too expensive for around here. The stuff's terrific.
Hey, look, Sonny actually said there's a few bob today. So we've got the pictures.
Oh, we can't.
Yes, we can. I've got June's covering for me. I've got the night off.
What about a babysitter? It's a bit short notice.
I thought you said your mum would stop in if we asked her. It's the least she could do.
Well, she would. But she's already gone out.
Not already.
Well, she don't want to get under our feet.
Hell's teeth. She's not stopped in 1 minute while she's been here. But when we don't want under our feet, she's under them. And when she can be a bit you, she's not flaming here.
If you'd have only said you would have been off, I'd have asked her. Why didn't you mention it this morning?
I didn't know this morning, did I? Anyway, where's she swanned off to this time?
I don't know, and don't be sarcastic. Where are you going?
I'm going to tell Ginger not to bother. I mean, there's no point in losing a night's pay just to sit and watch TV, is there?
You did what?
I've already told you once, love.
Yes, but I'm not sure I heard you right, Bert.
Look, Ivy, don't start. I've done what I thought was right. Now that's the end of it. I've already got Len on my back. I don't need you joining in the chorus, thank you very much.
Well, I'm not surprised she's annoyed with you. You've made everybody look proper Charlies, haven't you? First telling one tale and then another. What made you do it? Did he threaten you?
What with? The bloody tower?
That's not funny, Bert.
No, I know it's not funny. I think it's bloody tragic if you want to know the truth. All this fuss and bother over a crime I didn't even realise I was committing. I've got you on my back. All I need is for Ken to start. Look, love, it's me that's got to face the court action, isn't it? Or whatever else they come up with.
Why did you sign the blasted statement, then?
I've already told you that once, haven't I? I've done something wrong, love. I've got to pay the price. That's the way it is. Love, it's the only way I'm going to get some peace of mind, isn't it? And okay, maybe I'm a nutcase. Other people might do different, but I'm not other people. I'm me. I have to do things my way. It's the only way I know how.
Oh, Bert.
I know. Don't say it. I'm a fool to myself.
Yeah. Trouble is, your son takes after you. He's dead daft and all.
Oh, yeah. Lets his wife boss him about, you mean?
I don't know how she finds them. I mean, look at me. Lovely as the day's long. I stand behind this bar on public display. What sort of fellas do I get to meet?
Fellas like my husband.
And me?
Exactly.
See what you mean.
So,
I'm not saying that Tony's all that great a catch.
He's got money, yes?
Yeah, well, he can't be short of a bob or two if you bought her a car.
Mind'd think he was generous if he gave me a pair of roller skates. Come to think of it, I'd be lucky to get a pair. Probably end up with left leg.
And he's not bad looking.
He's got all his own hair.
Which is more than any of mine have got these days.
And he's on the right side of 65.
Do you mind a 45? And he's unattached. Or so he says.
So I repeat, where do you find them?
no, I don't think you'd have to look that far.
Eh?
Well, I answer most of them qualifications, don't I? I've got all my own hair. I'm generous.
Would you buy me a car?
No, but I might get one for Audrey.
You see, where do I go wrong, I ask myself.
Down every back street and every back entry from here to the town hall, I should think.
I shouldn't worry about it, Bet. Audrey's got one thing going for her that you haven't, that's all. Makes her a little bit different.
What's that?
Bet's not a granny.
Meow.
You're right, Cox. Some fellas are kinky like that.
It is the attraction of the mature woman, isn't it, Elsie?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, in that case, my turn's yet to come.
Poor old Bert. What's going to happen to him now?
Lap of the gods. Doesn't seem fair, does it? Like you say, poor old Bert, and there's so many villains who get away with it.
Yeah, well, that's why, isn't it? I mean, they're practiced, they know all the dodges.
And Bert, for his sins, is an honest man.
Yeah. Still, so are you, love, or else I'd never have married you. Which is why I'm personally not sorry he's told the truth, because I know how much you hated having to hide things from that bloke.
Is it that chap who was here at dinner time?
Yeah, that's right.
Got you in trouble, has he, like he has Bert Tilsley?
No, he hasn't, Uncle Albert. I just wish I could have helped, that's all.
Oh, you tried, love. You and Len both did. You couldn't have done anything else. I suppose now it'll just have to take its toll. Hello? Yes, speaking. Oh, yeah, hang on a minute, I've got a pencil. Ken, you got a pencil? Thanks. Okay, I've got one now. Yeah. Yes. I see. Right, thank you very much. Bye-bye. International telegrams. They'll send written confirmation in the morning.
Right.
Forget it. Tracy stays Langton. She's my kid.
You shouldn't have asked him.
Last.
So, what do we do now? I mean, I could write to him again. I'd phone him, but I haven't got his number.
Yeah, from the sound of that, he wouldn't have much joy in changing his mind.
Oh, he's just doing it for spite. And after he sent us that telegram as well, wishing us luck. I mean, it's easy when it's words, isn't it? Now we're actually asking him to do something to help. He won't.
Well, he's entitled to his point of view, I suppose.
Yeah, well, it's a flipping selfish one. I mean, what about Tracy? Hasn't he thought about her? We're only doing it to save the poor little kid embarrassment at school. I mean, who is she? Tracy Langton or Tracy Barlow?
Yeah, I know, love. I know. Well, we'll just have to see if we can do it without his permission, won't we?
What, you mean just go ahead anyway?
If we can, yeah. I don't like it. I wouldn't like anyone doing that with my kids, but as you say, it's Tracy we've got to think about.
You know, you've just about jiggered it. You should have done as I said it first instance and gone ahead. Now he knows, I bet you anything you like he'll do out to stop you.
Look, Uncle Albert, we can do without a Job's comforter, thank you very much. Have you got anything to do in your own room?
Hey, do you know what I've been thinking?
What, love?
Who worried who shopped you in the first place? Because somebody must have.
Yeah, does it matter, love?
It does if it's somebody we know. I mean, it could be a neighbour.
What, somebody from the street? Give over, they're his mates.
Yeah, I don't know so much. Folk can be very funny, can't they, when they get jealous?
Jealous? What have they got to be jealous of me for? Unless it's me 2 holidays abroad and me 2 fast cars. I know. It'll be me country cottage, won't it?
It must have been somebody, Bert. Can't some folk be rotten?
True, love. They can also be bloody marvellous. I mean, look at the way people have supported me.
What are we going to do, though, love?
I don't know, love. According to Elliot, I mean, if they're not going to prosecute, we should hear in a couple of days.
How much chance is there of that, did he say?
Well, you know these fellas, love. I mean, they don't commit themselves to giving you time at day, do they?
So, if we do look on the worst side, if they take you to court.
Could take weeks, kid. Finished. Or even months.
Months? Oh. Oh, Bert, that means every time a letter comes, then a phone rings. Oh, Bert.
Hey, come on, love, come on. Hey, we've got through worse. We'll get through this, won't we? Huh?
Oh! Oh, hello, lovey. You gave me quite a shock. I didn't know you weren't in.
I always come in this late when I'm working. I thought you'd known that by now.
Oh, heck, it is late.
Yeah, I know it's late.
You know you shouldn't work all these hours. It can't be good for you. You ought to put a stop to it.
I'll put a stop to it when I can afford it. Which isn't likely to be for a bit yet.
You're tired. I'll make you a cup of
No,
tea.
it's all right, Audrey. I'll get straight to bed. Scared asleep?
Well, yes, I think they both must be. I haven't heard either of them. Actually, I haven't long been in myself.
Aye. Look like you've had a good time. With Tony, were you?
No, not tonight. I thought a change was as good as a rest, you know.
Be getting back together soon then, eh?
When he comes to his senses and apologises to me, I mean, a girl has her pride, you know. Oh, come on, have a cup of tea with me. It'll warm you through. I'll make you a sandwich with some ham in the...
Audrey! Look, I said no. Look, can't you get into your head? I'm knackered. I just want to get to bed.
I there's no need to bite me head off. I just want to be helpful. I want to be useful.
You might be a bit more use if you stopped in now and then and let us go out for a change instead of gallivanting about all over the place.
Come on, I thought you wanted your privacy.
Yeah, we've not got much of that now, have we?
Now, Brian, if you want me to babysit, you've just got to ask.
I wanted you to babysit tonight. But you weren't here to ask, were you?
Have you no consideration? The bedroom's above.
Look, you've woke him up now.
It was you started raising your voice.
Say, do you know what time it is?
Look, I'm sorry, love.
Look at him, he's wide awake. I'll never get him off to
Your
sleep
mother
now.
hadn't started
Now,
ranting
don't
on.
blame me, Brian.
Well, whose fault is it then?
I just offered to make him a cup of tea.
I'm not about flaming cups of tea. Look, how long's this going on for, eh? Oh, flipping heck, I'm going to bed.
Oh. Lovely. I'm sorry. Well, looks like I was right, though.
What?
He is flaming moody like his mum.
Turn that flaming thing off, will you?
Oh, you frightened me to death.
Now catch the next rocket.
Huh?
If you want to go to the moon, that's okay by me. The sooner the better. What are you doing here at this time, anyway?
What time? It's 20 to 9.
Don't talk rubbish. It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
It's 20 to 9, I tell you. Do you know what that clock says?
What?
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Oh, Hilda, for God's sake.
Oh, sorry. Hey, do you fancy a cup of coffee? Kettle's just boiled.
Yeah, black.
Instant.
Sooner, if possible.
Oh, hey, did you have a bad night then?
Hilda, the coffee.
Why don't you get shaved?
In the kitchen sink.
She's not still in that bathroom.
You better come out. Oh, give her a chance, love. I mean, she's only been in there half an hour. God, some daughters do have them.
Careful now. It's my mother you're talking about.
I know I am, and I wish I wasn't. I wish she wasn't flavoured need to talk about.
Don't take it out on me. I didn't invite her.
She doesn't need inviting. You just got to open the door and she takes up flaming residence.
We'll expect the same from him when he grows up, won't we?
Well, if he's got any sense, he'd tell us where to go, won't you?
What are we supposed to do?
We'll have to tell her, love, because if we don't, she'll think she's welcome.
Who's going to do the asking?
Look, we'll both tell her, right? When one starts, the one backs him up, okay?
Right.
Gail, the place is a mess. There's smoke all over the place.
I said right, didn't I?
A pretty girl is like a melody. Da 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 dee.
Now look, watch. Look at that stitch.
No,
I've had a shove.
Carly, I'm telling you it went. Well, all right, you'll have it this morning. Look, I've checked, I've told you, all right? Now, will you stop worrying? Yeah. Right. Fine. Ivy, pop down a packing and see the Gibson order went out, will you?
Me? Who's going to look after machinists then?
Well, put them on automatic pilot.
There's something wrong there. Well, of course there's something wrong. If your husband was heading for the courts, you'd think there was something wrong and all, wouldn't you?
Hey?
Oh, don't say she said nought.
What do you mean? What about?
Well, if she's keeping quiet, I better keep quiet and all.
Hey, come on. I mean, we are pals of hers, you know.
Well, I don't really know the ins and outs of it, but it seems that Bert's in some sort of trouble. He did a few jobs on the side and he never told the Dole people about it. It's something nothing.
Something to know. It can get done for that, you know.
Oh, it can that. You know that Iris Parker's husband, he got fined over £100. Oh, well, maybe this isn't as bad as all that.
Well, what do you credit her? Time she spends polishing his halo. Hey, up. It went off this morning at 9 o'clock.
This morning? Well, why didn't it go out yesterday afternoon? Now, I told you, didn't I?
And I told them, but they've got some daft story about Jackie had to go to the dentist yesterday afternoon, so there's a couple orders got left.
Could you believe it? Well, next time, tell him to come here. I'll save him the trip. I'll knock his flaming teeth out, and in future, the orders go out when I say they go out, all right?
It's not easy being in two places at once, Mr. Baldwin.
Then try.
Right, come on, get on with it. What are you gawping for? You don't get paid for gawping. What's up with you? I never said a word. I know. That's why I'm asking.
This is not ox liver, is it?
No, it isn't.
All right, all right. me to dump down my throat, I was only asking. Perhaps I've overcooked it. What's yours like?
All right.
You could give him cardboard, couldn't you?
Hey, Audrey, you know this fella, is he back yet? Tony, is it?
Not yet, lovey, but he will be. With his tail between his legs.
It's just that, well, I mean, why don't you give him a ring and sort of gee him up a bit, you know?
Gee him up? They know nothing, fellas, do they? Look, if I did that, he'd think I wanted to go back to him, wouldn't he?
Well, you do, don't you?
Of course, but on my terms, lovey, not his.
Only we were thinking, Ma'am. I mean, we want to make you more comfortable, but we can't. And it's not all that convenient with Brian out at night and...
What are you going on about? I thought you'd be glad to have someone else in the house.
Well, yeah, there is that. But it's just with you sleeping down here and Brian coming in late.
Don't be daft. I've got the blankets up to here. You can only see me from the neck up.
No, she means me waking you up and that, you know.
Oh. Oh, well, actually, well, the thing is, now you mention it, I must say I'm not all that comfy. No, come on, lovey, now don't apologise, because I know how you fix. It's just that, well, I think my bones are just getting a bit old for sleeping on sofas. So now you mention it, I might as well tell you, I had thought I'd pack my bits and pieces and try and find somewhere else.
Oh, Ma'am.
But I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate your hospitality.
Oh, no.
Right, all right, that's fixed then. No arguing the toss. Actually, I bet you're both very glad to be getting rid of me on the quiet.
Oh, no, we're not,
Audrey.
Well, I'm going any road. So no more burnt liver.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh, sorry, love, what can I get you? Oh, nothing for me, thank you, Betty. I came in looking for Mr. Tilsley. I found him now.
What, me, love?
Well, yes, you and one of your many talents. I wondered if you'd like to do a bit of decorating for me. I mean, it's not very much.
No, thanks, love. Thanks all the same, but no, thank you.
I said something wrong.
You know, you can say what you like. I've always said that about the unemployed. Because half of them don't want work anyhow.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, well, no, you wouldn't, lovey, but he would.
Cheer up. Bye-bye, love.
Oh, hey, up. Let me do that, love.
You are a love, what are you?
I'm a love. You want a drink?
It gets better, doesn't it? I'd love a gin and tonic, or is that coming it a bit?
Of course it didn't, love. Gin and tonic, please, love.
Okay, love.
Are you stopping for one?
No, I won't, hang on. Oh, well, go on then. You've broken my arm. I'll have a pineapple juice.
Twisted your arm, lovey. I don't think it's worth breaking it over a pineapple juice.
No.
How are we all then?
All the better for seeing you.
What's going to him?
Oh, spring's come a bit late this year, lovey. Are you selling brushes, are you?
Oh, no. No, that's just me bits and pieces. As a matter of fact, I'm looking for accommodation, as they say, just for a day or two.
We'll stop at my place if you bring me breakfast in bed.
That's right. You have got a flat going begging, haven't you? Right, you are on. Breakfast in bed it is.
Hey, no. I have got a flat, you know, but there's people interested, you know. I'll tell you what I could do, though. I can think about it because there's, you know...
Spring didn't last long, did it?
Yeah, it never does, love.
Hello, Ivy. Look, it's me. I'll be a bit late back to the office this afternoon, all right? Well, I don't know, about an hour or so. Ah, well, you see, I've got this buyer just walked in and... No, she is not a blonde, brunette or redhead, so stop being so damn cheeky. Just look after the place, and if Gibson's phoned to them, their order's gone out, all right? Right. Hello.
Guess who?
Oh, God, no. Oh, well. Come up if you must. I don't believe it.
Hello.
And pay for your own taxi.
What taxi? I come with my motor, haven't I?
Your motor?
Yeah, my motor. All nice and sporty. To go with my new whistle. What do you think, eh? 120 quid. Greenberg's. Do you remember Izzy Greenberg down Mark Hill?
You are just passing through, I hope.
No, not passing through. Here to stay. For a couple of days, that's all. I've brought my young lady here to see you.
Your what?
My young lady. You must have heard of young ladies. I know you haven't been very successful with them, but you must have heard of them.
Oh, yeah. And how old is she, eh? 55?
Well, everything's relative, as they say. You'll see her soon enough.
Left her downstairs in the motor, have you, eh? Frightened to bring her in.
I dropped her off in town, as a matter of fact. She's buying a present for her old folks.
Well, up here? Do you mean to tell me she's come all the way up north to buy presents? Well, what's wrong with London?
She's a northern girl. Her old folks live in Salford. So when she said, I'd like to see him, I said, OK. Jump in the car. I'll take a look at my son at the same time. Not that you want to see me, mind you, but still.
Couple of days.
Couple of days.
Just you?
Well, she's staying with her mum and dad.
Go on, then.
Right. I'll go and bring the cases up.
Cases? Well, don't you want to borrow my pyjamas or anything?
Borrow pyjamas? Business is booming, son.
We should all be so lucky.
Oh, do you want me to spring you a few quid?
What did you say?
You want me to spring you... Do you want me to assist you financially?
Listen, you go downstairs and bring my dad up, will you?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Oh, come out, you thing. Oh, it's a fine...
Oh, give us a hand with this, lovey. Oh, bless you for being an angel. How are we then?
I'm fine, but...
I shall tell you all about it. Oh, I say, Elsie, you got this place looking very comfy. Oh! Well, I bet you're wondering what I'm doing here.
The thought had crossed my mind, yeah.
Well, I will tell you. I am suffering from that well-known feminine complaint, fellas.
Ah, you mean your latest fella's chucked you out?
I told them, if nobody else in the world understands me, Elsie will. No, I left him.
Seems to have had a go at you before you left.
Yeah, well, that's why I left him. He's like that. It's very impulsive. Mind you, he's very sexy with it. Oh, he'll come round. But till he does, I need somewhere to rest my weary head, and poor little girl, she's not got room to swing a cat, bless her. So I thought to myself,
Elsie.
Would you have wanted me to think of anybody else? Now, be honest.
How long?
How long can he do without me? An hour? A couple of hours? 2 days at the most. That gives him time to go on a real binge and decide not to throw himself in the cut.
OK. Seeing that I've been through the experience more than once myself.
Do you know, that's something else I said. I said there isn't a better friend in the world than Elsie when the chips are down. Do you know I could murder a cup of tea?
Milk and sugar?
You know I don't. You ought to know that. I've been your father long enough.
I know, but you're normally drinking my whiskey.
Yeah, not at the moment, son. But thanks for offering all the same. You know, I reckon you're picking up these northern ways. There's something always said about northerners and their hospitality. They must be mugs.
I must be a flaming mug.
I'll tell you something, kid. You make a smashing cup of tea.
You want to see me boil an egg?
You're getting more used to the idea now, aren't you?
What idea?
Well, me staying here with you for a bit. No, come on. I could tell as I walked through that door that you were dropped on.
Well, you weren't exactly what I was expecting.
Oh, I never am. It's the story of my life. Still, we'll have a good time, you and me. I mean, we're much of a muchness. You do think that I'm doing the right thing, though, don't you? I mean, giving him a couple of days to think it over and to calm down.
Sure, keep him guessing. It never does him any harm.
Yeah, you're right. As long as I don't give him too long, he might start looking for somebody else.
Would he?
Nah, I shouldn't think so. He's bone idle.
Yeah, so am I. Which reminds me, I ought to be back across the road. Oh. Well, make yourself at home. Back bedroom, OK?
Oh, that's lovely. Now, is there anything I can do?
Not that I can think of.
Right.
Unless... Are you any good at unblocking sinks?
Am I any good at unblocking sinks? Am I? No, but I'll have a flaming good try.
Shouldn't you be getting back to work?
I am the boss.
Yeah, all the more reason why you ought to be there. Keeping an eye on them. Want a sandwich?
Cool. Blimey, no thanks. How can you get your mouth round that lot without getting lockjaw?
Easy, just you watch. Yeah, I changed my mind, son. I need some whiskey to wash these down a treat.
Go on then, help yourself. It's on the table.
Oh, shall I go?
Yeah, would you?
How did you manage to get up here without ringing the bell?
I was going to, wasn't I? Only this guy was coming out and he let me in, didn't he?
What have I told you about chatting up strangers?
It's not my fault he tried to make a date with me. I gave him no encouragement.
Come in. Beset with men she is. Beset with men. Michael, Sylvie Hicks. Sylvie, this is my lad. Watch him, he's a real villain.
I know enough about them. Hello, Mike, I've heard so much about you.
Oh, yeah. I bet you have, yeah.
Make yourself at home, sit down, come on. Have a sandwich.
Oh, thanks, I was starving. Oh,
Gail, right?
that's right, yeah.
Is your mother in by any chance?
No, she's not. Is it Mr. Ditchburn?
Was that what she called me? Wasn't Tony?
You better come in. She's gone. I don't know where to. She just packed bags and left.
You said nothing. You must have some idea where she went.
Who's this?
It's Tony, Mr. Ditchburn.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're wasting your time, mate. She's gone.
Don't go up in the air, lad. Just one or two things I want to sort out. If you see her, will you tell her how we're after her?
And if you see her, keep your hands to yourself, or you'll have me to reckon with.
Just in case she gets in touch, I'll be back.
Why didn't you tell him where to get off?
Well, you tried, didn't you? Didn't do you much good.
Hey, Ivy, we're sorry to hear about your birds.
Hey?
Well, this trouble is in. We're sorry to hear about it.
I'm sorry I heard about it and all. Who told you?
Well, does it matter?
I thought you told him.
Well, we'd have found out sooner or later.
How would you?
Well, it'd have been in papers, wouldn't it? I mean, it's stealing that. It's a criminal offence.
Oh, you're a fine one to talk, you cheeky devil. There's your Jack there. He's moonlighting every hour God sends, and he's giving his dole.
I know, but you expect it off our Jack, don't you?
Hey, up, watch it. And this is where all the work is done. But to look at them, you wouldn't think it.
Hey, don't knock them. I've done my time behind one of those. It's not easy, is it, girls, eh?
Ah, that's right. You tell him, love.
Girls, this is Sylvia. That is Ida.
Hello, Ida.
Vera.
Hello, Vera.
Elsie.
Hello, Elsie.
And little Ivy.
Hello, Ivy.
Hello, love.
Do you belong to him?
Him? No.
She belongs to me.
Oh, what the heck are you doing here?
I come and see my girlfriends, haven't I? This is my harem. Don't worry, darling. You're my favourite. She's taking me to see the old folks.
You mean you're letting them see you while he's still breathing?
Oh, charming people, these northerners.
Hey, you, I'm one. Are you coming or what?
Yes, I'm coming. I'm coming, yes. Bye-bye, girlfriends. Come on.
That's right. See you next time.
No, Michael. Why can't you get somebody as young as that?
And they're going to do you. For earning a few quid over the odds after 9 months on the dole.
Look, if you're going to blame anybody, blame me. I should have held my hands up, shouldn't I?
Do us a favour, Dad. Everybody's at it.
I know that, but it's me that got caught.
Hey, who shopped you?
Huh?
Well, somebody must have blown the whistle. I mean, they don't just pick your name out of a hat.
Does it matter? Hello, love.
Get your skates on. I want you ready by the time I pick up Nicky, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I might see you.
Me and the Princess of Wales, we can't hide anywhere.
Have you got fixed up?
Yeah, I'm staying at Elsie's. We're just going to have one drink, then we're off to bingo.
You've had a visitor. Tony. He wants to see you urgent.
I told you. Let him stew for a bit. Gin and tonic, right?
Yeah. Listen, if this fella comes round again, will you let him know where she is? I've got a few words to say to him, but mind you, not a word to your mother. Not a word.
What's up with you two?
I'll tell her when we get home.
There's nothing to worry about, love.
How did you get on with her old folks then?
All right. Got a little pad they got there, though, isn't it?
My dad's only on the railways, you know. He's not a video tycoon.
No, it's all that dark wallpaper, though. Do you remember your Auntie Effie's place down Stepney?
Yeah, vaguely.
Well, like that it was. It's like walking into solitary in Wilbur Scrubs. Not that I've ever been there, mind you.
I've told you they've not got much money.
What's that got to do with it? If you're going to buy paint, buy white paint, not donkey brown. I mean, it just costs the same. What are you doing with that whiskey? Distilling it? I've told you what's wrong with your dad. He thinks old.
He's 7 years younger than you.
Only an age, love, only an age. I mean, look at this one. I'm years younger than him, and he's my son.
You know what he means, don't you? He's going through his second childhood.
Now, don't you knock your dad. He's lovely.
What goes with you two, anyway?
We're good friends, aren't we, eh?
Yeah, we're good friends and he makes me laugh.
Oh, he makes me hysterical.
No, I don't mean that. You cheer me up, don't you, Frankie?
Well, I hope so, darling. I've got to pay you back somehow. You know what she does for me? I'll tell you. I'm only a little fella. When I go walking down Elephant and Castle, the silver on my arm, I'm 10 foot tall. That's what she does for me. So, I owe you, don't I?
You don't owe me a thing.
How long you two known each other then?
I don't know, let's see, 4 weeks?
And 2 days?
4 weeks? Putting a bit of speed on, aren't you?
Well, I've got to, haven't I? According to you, I haven't got much longer to go, have I?
Don't talk like that, please.
I'll tell you what, though. Little bit I have got. It's going to be very interesting. Right, sweetheart?
Right, sweetheart.
It's self-service, love. You pay here when you're finished.
I can't get my petrol cap off. Could you give us a hand?
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, well, it's me, you know. I've got a weak wrist. Hey, I'm not very good at putting petrol in either, you know. I'm mucking myself up. Go on, do us a favour.
Just put it back, mate. I'll let you go, all right? Yeah. Get me the police, please. Hello, love. What are you doing up?
Worry myself sick wondering where you are. Do you know what time it is?
Yeah, I'm sorry, love.
If you've been out with them mates of
Look,
yours...
I've been with the police, haven't I?
Police?
We had some trouble down at the filling station.
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
Some yobbo tried to make off with the takings, didn't he?
Oh, Brian. Are you all right?
I am, but he's not. Gonna have one hell of a thick in the morning when he wakes up, I can tell you.
What happened?
I was set up, wasn't I? This girl came to the window and spun some tale about not being able to get the petrol cap off. So I nipped out to give her a hand.
Brian, I do sometimes wonder about you. I really do.
All right, love, I know. It's only while I was at the office, this guy nips and he dips his hand in the till. Well, I spotted him. There was a scrap and that was that. So I called the police and got an ambulance.
Ambulance?
He's out cold, love, wasn't he? Looks like he had an argument with a steamroller when I finished with him.
Did they get the girl?
Nah, she's off like a ferret down a rabbit hole. The police are looking for her. That's where I've been making a statement.
Well, as long as you're all right. You sure you didn't get a knock or anything?
Of course I am. Good night's sleep and I'll be as good as new.
Can I get you something to eat?
No, thanks, love. All I want right now is to get in between those sheets and get my head down. Are you coming?
Yeah.
What's that for?
Never had a hero in the family before.
Aye, aye. Something smells good.
God, blimey, I wish I could say the same for you.
What?
I was said you come up smelling of violets, but that's ridiculous.
Oh, my aftershave. It's a killer, isn't it, eh?
It's killing me, that's for sure.
Oh, you're a bit touchy this morning, aren't you?
No, I am not. All I'm trying to do is have my breakfast in peace, that's all.
Well, I'm not stopping you, am I? I say there's a lot of bacon for one bloke, isn't it?
All right. Get yourself a plate. What are you doing having a bath this morning, anyway? Not your birthday, is it?
No law against it, is there?
No, but you had a bath yesterday. Now, that's not natural. Not for you, it's not.
Thanks. What's wrong with the bloke trying to make the most of himself, eh?
Nothing. Just do me a favour, will you? Stay downwind of me, all right? I still don't think there's a bird around that can get you to change your scruffy habits.
Well, it just shows how wrong you can be, doesn't it? Oh.
You never did tell me how you met her, anyway.
What, Sylvie?
Yeah.
Well, she was working for a mate of mine in the same line of business as me.
Oh, yeah. So you fancied her, so,
Oops. No, I happened to need a secretary, didn't I? And, she's not just a pretty face, you know. Got it up here and all. That's why we're so good for each other. Me with my looks and her brains. Sky's the limit.
What do you want a secretary for?
I need somebody to look after the place when I'm not there. Also to answer the phone and take bookings and that.
Like now, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the only reason that Sylvia's up here, I suppose.
Well, you know what they say? All work and no play. So I don't have to tell you, do I? I've only got to look at your face. See what sort of love life you've been having lately.
Oh, it's all right for some people, isn't it?
You're not off already.
Well, I've got work to go to. It's all right for some people.
You've not had any breakfast now. You can't do a good day's work on an empty stomach.
This is all the breakfast I need. A good choke and a gargle. Well, what have you got planned for this morning? A trip to Paris on the Concorde?
No, I thought I might go and mooch around the shops. You know, it's ages since I've done that.
Ah, I missed two of us.
Oh, come on now. Why don't you come with me? It's much more fun with
Wish
two
I
of
could,
you.
but I can't.
All right, if you don't want to come.
I didn't say that, did I? But I've got work to go to.
Leave it to your Auntie Audrey. What's the number?
What number?
The factory.
It's on the pad. Is that what are you up to?
Ah, well, I am just going to tell them about that bad chest of yours.
What bad chest?
Not to mention your sore throat.
I haven't got a sore throat.
Oh, listen.
Now, look, Audrey, stop mucking about.
Shut
will
up,
you? You
it's
get me in
ringing.
trouble. Never mind that. Look,
Who
I'm
do I
after
ask
you,
for?
Audrey Potter. Will you stop?
Oh, shh. Hello. Oh, hello. Is that Baldwin's Casuals? Oh, it's Audrey Potter here. Oh, hello, Ivy. Yes, I'm still at Elsie's. Actually, it's Elsie I'm phoning about. Well, she won't be in today. She's got a sore throat and a bit of a chest, you know. She can hardly speak, Ivy. Honestly, she sounds like a bulldog in the mating season. What? Oh, tomorrow, yes, I think she'll be in by tomorrow. Right. Yes, all right, I'll tell her. Ta-da! She says she hopes that you'll be better soon.
You'll get me fired, really you will.
Who was that?
Audrey Potter. Elsie's not coming in. Apparently she's got a sore throat.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't all got sore throats or yakking they do. Right, well, you better put young Sarah on Elsie's machine. Can't afford to let it stand idle, can I?
Right, Mr. Baldwin. I said, you never know from 1 minute to the next, do you?
Yeah, but it's no difference what it was when I was a kid, you know. Tallyman down our road never went anywhere without his crash helmet.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
We didn't have a motorbike, did we?
Oh, I know, but you read about it. And then when it happens on your own doorstep...
I know. Oh, hello, Mr. Baldwin.
Morning.
So you've deigned to honour us with your presence, have you?
Well, we're only a couple of minutes late.
Now, it may not interest you, but I've got a factory to run, right? Not a home for gentlefolk. Now, you may not want these jobs, but I know plenty of people that do, all right?
It ain't only us, you know. Everybody's talking about it.
Talking about what?
Well, haven't she told you? Ivy, have you told him?
Told him what?
About your Brian.
Oh, Brian, what about him?
You mean you haven't heard?
Haven't heard what?
Well, he stopped a robbery last night. It was on radio this morning.
A robbery? Our Brian?
Yeah, at that filling station where he works. This fellow went in and tried to nick the money.
Yeah, do you know, I thought I heard an ambulance. I told our Jack, but he said, oh, shut up, you're dreaming. Mind you, I could have been, because I usually do have cheese last night.
Ambulance, that means...
Yeah, well, there was a scrap of something. Well, I thought you'd have known.
Aye, we did. We were going to ask how he was like, your Brian. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ivy. I didn't know you'd heard out about it, love.
He could be lying in hospital somewhere.
Hey, well, they did say something about one lad were in hospital, but they never said out about your Brian.
Oh, Ivy, take it easy. Everything must be all right, otherwise you'd have heard
Look,
something.
Mr. Baldwin, I've got to go. I mean, I won't rest till I know how he is, will
Yeah,
I?
all right, of course you must. Now, listen, I'm going that way myself. I'll drop you off, all right?
Thanks, Mr. Baldwin.
Well, come on, girls. The pantomime's over. Let's get on with it, shall we?
You heard him, girls. Let's get started.
Right, and when I get back, I want those machines so hot you can boil eggs on them, OK?
Yes, Mr. Baldwin. There's one thing, though. He can take care of himself, can Brian?
Oh, I have noticed. Hey, he can grapple with me any day of the week.
You know, you only ever think about one thing.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, no, I suppose. When you get to our age, that's all you can do. Think about it.
Listen, you speak for yourself.
Hello, Ivy.
Where is he? Where's our Brian?
He's upstairs. Mr. Baldwin, what are you doing?
Just dropped Ivy off. How is he?
He's fine.
He's not in hospital, then?
Well, not unless he's chopped his ear off. He's shaving.
Oh.
I take it you've heard, then?
Heard the whole factory's talking about it.
Is he all right, Gail?
Yes, of course he is. I'd have rung you if there's anything to worry about.
You should have let us know, you know.
I didn't think there was much point in bothering you. Not at 2:30 in the morning, not when there was nothing to worry about.
It don't matter what time it was. He's still a son, Gail.
Yes, well, I was coming round this morning, honest I was.
What happened exactly?
Well, this girl pulled into the filling station and got Brian out of the office.
A girl did? How?
Said there was something wrong with the petrol cap or something. And while Brian was fixing that, a friend nipped into the office and tried to empty the till, but Brian spotted him.
Then he had a go.
Yeah?
Brave lad.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
Lucky?
Yeah, lucky. What happened if that fella had turned up with a shotgun? What sort of hero would our Brian have been then?
Yes, Squire.
Well, old fella been in yet?
No, why? Are you expecting him?
Yeah, he said he'd meet me here.
Oh, he's probably waiting for you to get the drinks in. He will be if I know Frankie.
And you don't know Frankie.
Huh?
He's not like that anymore. This video business of his is booming. You know, you were a bit hasty pulling out the way you did. You'd have been coining it now.
Oh, all right. Don't remind me.
Right, give us a large scotch, will you?
Hello.
You know, you seem to be spending more time down at them council meetings than you are in your own shop these days.
It's beginning to look that way, isn't it? Still, somebody's got to do it, I suppose.
Oh, come off it. I'll bet there's things happening down at that town hall that'll make my hair curl.
Oh, aye, there is. You know, the minute them council doors close, we all put our minutes away in our little briefcases, and up through the floor comes the Murph, leg his mighty Wurlitzer, you know, like Richard and Dixon used to do. And then these exotic dancing girls come prancing in from the Murph's parlour.
Oh, that's why the rates are so high then.
No, I'm hoping to get away with one of my pals from the council, actually.
Oh.
And before you say anything, I've been reckoning up, and it's... last break hard was, well, you know, when Reenie was still...
Oh, well, what's stopping you, love?
Well, it's the shop, isn't it? I've only got Deirdre part-time now. I can't leave it all to her.
Well, there's plenty of people looking for work.
Yeah, I've got to be careful, though. I mean, I've got to get somebody I can trust.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money tied up in that off-licence side, you know.
Yeah, I see what you mean, lovey. Yeah.
You couldn't spare a few hours, could you?
Oh, I couldn't, Alf. I'd love to. Honestly, I would, but, you know, I've got my hands more than full here. I mean, it's not as if I were getting any younger, either, is it?
Yeah, well, it was just a thought, love.
Okay.
Hello, the Wanderer returns.
Hello, Fred. How's it going?
All right, mate. How are you?
Never better. Hello, Alf. Still slicing bacon for a living?
Yeah, well, it's a living.
Well, of course it is. You call that living. What are you going to have, son?
It's all right. I'm in the chair.
No, you're not. I'm in the chair. Same again for Mike. Scotch for me. What are you going to have?
Port and lemon, please, Frankie.
Port and lemon. Whatever Alf's drinking.
Oh, not for me, Frankie. No, I've got to go, you know. Some other time, perhaps, eh?
All right. See you, Alf. Fred, I don't think you've met Sylvie, have you?
No, I haven't.
Fred's a former business partner of mine.
Hello, Fred.
Oh, love.
Sylvie's my personal secretary. Right, love?
Right, love.
Ooh.
Oh, aye.
It's got us like Piccadilly Station today.
I'll go.
Hello, Gail.
It's you.
Said I'd be back.
Come in.
What are you doing here? I thought I told you to sling your up.
Have you heard from your mother yet? Has she been in touch?
Look, mate, it's none of your business if she has, so why don't you just push off?
I only wanted to have a talk to her, Gail.
Like you did last time. She told her the bruises when she came
It's all
here.
right, Brian.
Well, you're not going to tell him, are you?
She's staying with a friend, Mrs. Tanner, Coronation Street, number 11.
That's all I wanted to know.
Look, mate, you lay one more finger on Audrey, and you wish you'd never drawn breath. Got it?
I think you've made yourself very clear, Sonny. Thanks.
She's going to love you.
She wanted to see him, Brian. I knew she did.
Oh, what's stopping her? She knows where he lives.
She can't go round there. It makes it look like she's chasing him.
What happens if he lost his rag again and laid into her? She'd have a lot to thank you for then, wouldn't she?
She'll be all right. He's going to get a lot more than he bargained for, I tell you.
Where to now, darling?
I did have a bit more shopping to do, Frankie.
I thought you might have. Come on. Oh, dear.
It's Mrs. Tanner you're after, is it?
She in?
How would I know? Well, as a matter of fact, now you come to mention it, I did happen to see her swanning off up the back entry earlier on with that mate of hers. Done up to the nines they were. Not seen her since, though. If you like, I could tell her you called. What name did you say?
I didn't.
It is Mrs. Tanner you want to see, is it? Only it'd be no trouble to give her a message. Yeah?
Mrs. Tanner,
That's right.
my name's Ditchburn, Tony Ditchburn. I understand Audrey Potter's been stopping me here.
You better come in, hadn't you? Have you seen enough, Elder, or would you like a photograph? You've got a brass neck coming round here after the way you've treated her.
It was Audrey I came to see, Mrs. Tanner.
Oh, well, you'll just have to wait, won't you? She's gone round to the corner shop. And while you're waiting, you can listen to what I've got to say.
Now, hang on a minute.
I will not hang on a minute. This is my house, and I'll say what I want to say. Nobody asked you around here. You came of your own accord.
Look, I've got no extra grime with you, Mrs. Tanner.
Well, I wish I could say the same for you.
I never set eyes on you till just now.
That doesn't stop me recognising types like you 2 streets away. I've met more fellas like you than I've had hot dinners. You think that girls like Audrey Potter are there for your convenience. You treat her so badly that she walks out, and you think all you've got to flaming well do is snap your fingers and she'll come running back. Well, I'll tell you something, fella, me lad, you're wrong. You're very wrong. It'll take more than a snap of the fingers to bring Audrey back this time. Well, have you naught to say for yourself?
You seem to be doing more than enough talking for both of us.
Mind you, he could always look after himself with our Brian. He's always kept himself fit, you know. It's a funny thing, that. What? Well, I mean, just look at you and your Bert. I mean, neither of you is like the Incredible Hulk, are you? What's that supposed to mean? Do you know what he puts me in mind of? Do you remember that insurance man that used to go down Inkerman Street about that time? He'd arms like Popeye and a chest like Superman. Feared up with that big mouth of yours. He's going to get you in trouble one of these days. Deep trouble. It already has, love. It started 24 years ago when I said I do to Jack Duckworth. Hey, and I've been putting my foot in it ever since.
I know the pantomime season's not far off, but if you want to audition for Claire the Flaming Cow, do so in your own time, will you? I can't hear myself talking there.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bolt.
And Ivy, you're supposed to keep them at it, not encourage them.
Oh, yes, Mr. Baldwin.
What's up with your tongue? Has it rusted up or something?
Right, no, listen. I was thinking.
Yeah.
About that Sylvia that Mike Baldwin's dad's picked up with.
Well, what about her?
Well, if she married him,
What?
she'd be his mother, wouldn't she?
Buy a card. I don't know how you do it. I don't, honestly. I wish I'd have had an education like you. Talk about brain of Britain.
No, I mean, that means then he'd have a mother who were younger than him. And that's not natural, is it?
Come on, it does happen, don't it?
Not to them, so it won't.
Well, how do you know? She seems to think a lot about him.
I would, if he were chucking brass at me like confetti.
Well, Andrew, she don't seem to be complaining, that's for sure, does she?
No, and neither does he.
Ken got a small slice, so I bought a big one.
It took you long enough.
Oh, Deirdre and I got yapping, you know what it's like.
You've got a visitor.
I have.
A fella.
I told you he'd come round sooner or
Well,
later.
he certainly knows what I think about him. Hey, now, don't go chucking yourself at him like that. Don't make a fool of...
Hello, Tony.
Audrey.
Look, Audrey, now, don't you go doing anything you're going to regret. You can have a roof over your head here for as long as you want, and you know it.
Thanks, Elsie.
Can't you switch her off for a bit? Take a battery out or something.
Tony, Elsie's been a very good friend to me. I'd have been wandering the streets by now if it hadn't been for her, and I felt like you'd have cared. So don't think that I'm going to come running back to you as if nothing had happened, because I am not.
I don't.
You don't?
No. I don't expect you to come running back to me. When I threw you out, Audrey, it was for keeps.
He threw you out. You told me you walked out on him.
Well, it's the same difference, isn't it? What do you mean it was for keeps? You've been looking for me for the last few days. I know you have, so you must want me for summit.
I do. The car keys, you waltzed off with me in your handbag.
Your car keys? Your flaming car keys? Is that all you're interested in? Oh, well, right. If you're more interested in your flaming car than you are of me, you are welcome to him, and I hope that you will be both very happy together.
I'm sure we will. I'll have the rest of your stuff sent round. See you sometime, Audrey.
Not if I see you first.
Why didn't you tell me he chucked you out? You said you walked out on him.
What would you have done?
No. Thinking about it, I suppose not. Why did he chuck you out, anyway?
Oh, he reckoned I'd been looking at this other chap a bit too friendly, like, you know.
And were you?
I'm a very friendly person, Elsie.
You daft beggar. Oh. And I didn't half give him a tongue lashing and all.
Oh, come on. You're not feeling sorry for him now, are you?
No, of course I'm not. He's a fella, isn't he?
Oh, fellas, you can keep him.
Aye, join the club.
Till the next time, eh?
Exactly.
Oh, it's gorgeous, Frankie.
Do you know what? It looks 10 times better on you than it did on that model in the shop, I can tell you.
Well, you are good to me, Frankie.
Oh, no more than you deserve. Come on over here, darling. Let's have a look at you.
Just look.
Oh, you love me. All right?
Oh, not interrupting anything,
No, no, of course not.
Feeling the cold, were you?
Oh! Frankie bought this for me. Isn't it gorgeous?
Very nice.
Listen, darling. Better get your skates on. I've got that table booked for 7:30, you know.
Oh, right.
Chop, chop. Lovely.
See you in a minute.
You eating out tonight, eh?
Yeah. Cosy little dinner for 2. After that, who knows?
Oh, yeah. Where is it this time? Midland? Piccadilly?
No, it's some little place off Princess Street, actually.
Dad?
Yeah?
Don't you think you're overdoing it a bit?
Well, I like the girl. I thought you did too.
I do, but, well, people are beginning to talk.
Talk? What are they saying?
Well, they're saying that she only wants you for your money.
We should be unlucky, won't you? I haven't got any, have I?
Could have fooled me.
Oh, I've got a bob or two in my pocket now, I'm not denying that. This time next month, I could be skint again. You know me, Mike.
Yeah, I do. That's what worries me. I mean, why are you spending it all on her?
Well, I'll get a kick out of it. Give me a lot of pleasure. Isn't that what money's for? What's the point in having a fortune stashed away in the bank and living like a Trappist monk? Do you a bit of good to splash it around a bit, you know? Instead of keeping that little piggy of yours. Bring back the colour in your cheeks.
I'm perfectly happy the way I am, thank you.
Yeah, well, so am I. Easy come, easy go. That's my motto.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
where will you be when it's all gone, eh? And business isn't so good, eh?
I'll be skint, won't I? Seems I have been most of my life. But at least I'll have a smile on my face and a few memories to keep me company.
All right. I'll say no more. But remember one thing.
What?
When it's gone, don't say I didn't warn you, and don't come crawling back to me.
As if I would.
about the
So you're not going back to that tame gorilla then?
Let's just say that when he left, we were in total agreement. He agreed to go his way, I agreed to go mine.
Good. Well, there's hope for you yet then.
What we're going to do with you, though, any road up?
Well, I don't know, do I? At least Elsie says I can stay with her for a bit, so at least I've got a roof over my head. Next, I suppose I'll have to find a job.
Hey, are you looking for work?
Oh, that's right, lovey. Steeplejack, mud wrestler, you name it, I am open to offers. So if you hear of anything...
I might be able to help you, actually.
You?
Yeah, well, I'm looking for somebody myself, you see.
What, in the shop?
Yeah, well, I'm hopefully going away on holiday, and I've only got daily part-time, you see, so I'll need somebody in the shop. Would you be interested?
Interested? Oh, Alf, you've saved me life.
Well, when could you start?
Ooh. Could you give me 10 minutes to finish my drink?
Hello, thought you might
Hello,
find
love.
you in here. Hello, I thought you might like to see this. It's a later edition than the one you get at home.
Oh, thanks a lot. You should have went out your way, though.
Oh, it's all right. I'm going to Emily's anyway. Oh, do you know, people have been able to talk about nothing else in the shop all day. And when they found out that I actually knew you, well, I was almost as big a hero myself.
Hey, let's have a look.
Can I get you a drink, though,
No,
while you're here?
thanks. No, Emily's getting a meal and I don't want to be
Okay.
late.
Well, thanks a lot for the favour.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
See you.
Oh, well, they've spelt your name right, Brian. That's
Aye.
something, I suppose.
Good. Same again, Dad.
Yeah, why not? They'll have to get a move
Yeah,
on.
me too. Betty, same again, please, when you're ready.
Okay, my love. Hey, there's something in the stock press here.
Is there? What about me?
No, it's about that lad you clobbered, Ronnie Burgess. That's him, innit?
Yeah, what about him?
Well, it says the condition of Ronnie Burgess, full story, see page 1, was later described by a hospital spokesman as critical.
Critical?
Hey, Brian, you must have really clobbered him. I mean, he's not come round yet. He's still unconscious.
And we return to the street on Monday at the same time. And don't forget, if you've missed any of this week's drama, you can catch it all again on Sunday's Omnibus starting at 5. After the break, we head north for Emmerdale.